street pays me 2 million in taxes for a hood. It's crazy. I used to be that half a brick, whole key, baby. Now I cop that real estate and Uncle Sam hate me. Every dope boy dream to make $1 million off that yay. Off options play, we made $1 million in a day. Tell me how we go from broke, but got so many paid. And I'm never switching sides, but I talk it's hard to trade. Copping stocks for that low, like selling work. And that Joe, my re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say Trapper perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, trappers? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of Trappin' Tuesday. All right, man, listen. So, what I first off want to start off say is, thank y'all, man. We on episode 146, man. That means 146 episodes, man. Jose, we almost at 150, dog. Woo.
Right, we there.
All right, we want to say something first before we get it started too, man. All our new people in the family, man, welcome. Come have a seat at the table, man. And listen, our goal is to teach you legacy. Our goal is to help you navigate the market. But most importantly, man, to help you turn your last name into an asset. We want to first, again, just shout y'all out so much. Man, we hit 10 million views, right, Jose, or downloads?
10 million views on YouTube.
10 million views on YouTube, yo. That is such a, man, listen. 10 million views on YouTube is amazing for us, man, because we work really hard for that. We also passed up 500,000 followers, subscribers, on the Wall Street Trapper page. Our next goal is to hit 1 million on the Wall Street Trapper page. So we just want to thank y'all for that consistency. We cannot grow without y'all, man. And we are at 100,000 on the Wall Street. Looks like us now.
166.
166. Let's get that to 200,000. So I'm saying all that to say, y'all, we are growing. I said all that to say, y'all, we are growing and we cannot grow without y'all, man. So just each and every week, man, y'all just let us come in y'all home. Jose, I'm losing weight, dog.
Oh, yeah. Bruh, that joint, nobody talk about that too
My
much.
watch, I feel like a...
Mine spit all the way around
like
when I was driving.
I feel like a rockhead right now. I feel like a crackhead. I feel like I got my watch out the pawn shop at this point. You feel me? Your watch don't fit. You know what I'm saying? God damn, I stop doing that damn cardio, man. It's killing me right now. So we want to thank y'all for that, man. And just know that you know, before we get into the show tonight, man, I want y'all to know that you all mean so much to us, man. Like, we really dedicate ourselves to giving you all great content. You all don't understand how much, and you're not supposed to understand. All you're supposed to get is the end product, and we get that. But I just want y'all to know that from myself, from my team, from Jose, from George, Ashan, Cam, Benton, Steve, Nick, the whole crew, man, I want to just say, like, the diligence, the hard work, the tough conversations that we have each and every week. As much as I press forward, y'all don't know how many times Jose give me a product and I say, hey, go redo it. Tweak that, bro. I don't like that. And I just see his face go, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it takes, y'all. And I just want to tell my team in front of everybody, like, bro, like, I appreciate y'all so much because I know, you know, I ain't the easiest, but there's a level of excellence that we striving for. There's a level of media that we trying to create because we know what you all deserve, right? So we just want to start with that. I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all each and every week for letting us come into y'all home for 2.5, 3 hours. Last week, 4 hours. And then just dedicating yourself to coming back. Like coming back, telling people. So I just want to say that before we get into the show tonight. One more time, just want to tell y'all thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. All right, man. So man, we have such an amazing show tonight, man. We got some things to talk about tonight that I think are pivotal. We're going to talk about NVDA taking the throne tonight. We're going to talk about Elon going on a rampage. You definitely got to see what that looked like, right? In the Patreon group, we made some different plays that we got to share tonight, man. We got some things going on with technology that we're going to talk about. But I want to get into this before we get into the show. I want to talk about conquering your territory. That's what I want to get in tonight. Conquering your territory. When I think about conquering your territory, when I think about the way that we all are building wealth, when I think about how we are dedicated to the process, I want you to put this in your brain, right? Every empire started with an idea, but every legacy started with a commitment and a sacrifice. Every form of legacy started with a commitment and a sacrifice. And so I ask you this question while you're on this journey, while you are saving to invest, while you are learning the options market, while you are looking at economics, I want you to ask yourself, what is the territory that you have to conquer? I'm not speaking about land. I'm not speaking about a specific asset. Where will your family be positioned due to the actions that you take now? There's an inheritance. It's what you give them. And then there's the legacy, which you place inside of them. It's the rules. It's the culture. It's the mindset. How do you position them to live, thrive, and succeed in that territory? Because watch this, in order to conquer one territory, you must first leave another. You must first dwell in one place that is no longer sufficient for you to thrive in, which makes you say, I have a few behind me to go conquer a different territory. Now we must understand this. We must understand this widely. No territory can be conquered peacefully. Yeah. No territory can be conquered peacefully. It means you got to fight for it. It means you got to bleed for it. It means you got to sacrifice for it. It means you got to fail fast so that you can succeed afterwards. So success is the byproduct of the failure that you are committed to do. That's right. That's right. I want you to think about Jericho. I want you to think about Joshua. They had to be patient. They had to get orders. They had to be patient. They had to march. They had to play the trumpets. There were steps that had to be taken strategically in order for Jericho to fall. So I'm asking you, before you conquer something, what are the steps that are necessary for you to take? You got to be willing to fail fast. It's the scariest part about entering new terrain is you are now entering a place that you have never been, you have only fantasized about. But what happens when the fantasy requires failure, and the failure produces frustration? What happens when the fantasy that you have painted in your brain produces failure, and the failure produces frustration? Do you give up? Do you give up? Or do you take the data from it? Conquering new territory is about being resilient. Conquering new territory is about failing and saying, I see the data. Conquering new territory is about going forward when everybody else doubts the journey. So when people say, what's up with them stocks now? You say, I'm still there. In February, we were still there. In March, we were still there. In April, we were still there. And now we can say, hey, how about them stocks now? Conquering new territory is about standing in the fire and not being burnt when everybody else is running for water. Conquering new territory. It's about being willing to get the scars that no one else is willing to get, but you're willing to get them because it shows that you're worthy. Worthy. Such an amazing word. Worthy. Are you worthy of the territory that you dream of? Does it sound good when you talk to people about it? But when you look at me and I say, hey, that's the territory you want. And I say, show me the things that you are willing to do. Show me the homework that you have done. Show me why you are worthy of it. The vision, the dream that you have of freedom, of conquering the market. Why are you worthy of it? What gives you the audacity to think that you could be a millionaire by trading? What gives you the audacity to make you think you could be a millionaire from investing in the stock market? What gives you the audacity to think that day trading, scalping, swing trading, leap trading, dividend investing can change your life? What gives you the audacity to think that? Because nobody else around you believes it. Nobody else around you has done it. Nobody else around you stayed committed to it long enough to see that it works. What gives you the audacity to say that you want to conquer that territory? I can tell you why. Because God said, go possess the land. And he says, he gives you the ability to build wealth. And then he tells us that diligent hands build wealth. So the worthiness, the abundance is your birthright. That's why it's yours. You just got to go conquer it. That's why. I told Sean today, I said, hey, bro, you can't tell me one time in any word that you read where God settled. He abundant. He abundant. He don't settle. And if we made in that image and likeness, if you believe that, that means you don't settle. That means you don't settle. That means it ain't a part of your vocabulary. That means it ain't part of your DNA. That means it ain't part of your genetic makeup. So where did you adapt settling from? Where do you inherit the idea that you ain't worthy enough from? Go conquer the territory. And anybody who is not willing to march with you, anybody who is not willing to sacrifice with you, anybody that is not willing to get in the ring and bleed with you, they the ones that ain't worthy. Because we do this as a collective. They say investing and trading is a one-on-one game. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because if you put me in a room with some traders, we all gonna share ideas. You put me in a room full of people building wealth, we all gonna share ideas. We all gonna poke holes in the flaws, and we all gonna get better. And we do it as a tribe. We do it as a family. We do it as a community. We do it as a village. It's the reason why he said, where one or two are gathered in his name. It's the reason why he said that. Because we more powerful together, y'all. And every day we make them think twice about saying dumb money. Every day we make, you know what they saying now? The retail investor this, the retail investor that, the retail investor is resilient, the retail investor is pushing the market, the retail investor is moving the market, the retail investor is buying a dip more than ever, the retail investor, the retail investor, the retail investor. You know why? Because we ain't giving up. We here, fam. We here, fam. We ain't turning around. This ain't your grandfather's stock market. It's a whole bunch of us that understand the rules of engagement, and we will not fail. We will not quit. We are resilient. We will conquer the territory. There's a group of us that believe that. There's a group of us that's committed to that. Yeah, you might get us sometime. We might take some L's here. You might take some L's there. Guess what? You can't shake us out no more. You can't shake us out no more. You got to be willing to lose billions to shake us out. And as greedy as America is, I don't think they're willing to do that too much longer. So guess what? We're going to conquer that territory because our name on it. Our name on it. We believe it. We understand it. No longer will we give them control. We don't believe in the 401ks no more. We create our own. We create our own Roth IRAs. We know we're going to learn the tax game now. We're going to learn it all. We a generation of people that is getting information, whether you white, whether you black, whether you Spanish, because poor don't got no name on it. And so tonight, episode 146, the name of this one is, let's conquer the territory, man. Let's go, Jose. Let's go, bruh. Let's go, bruh. Let's go, bruh.
Woo! I ain't mad at the little short hit it and quit it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's like going into the gym. Like, let me get this little quick in.
Right quick. All right, quick.
Okay.
How we feel, man? Shout out to my people, man. Nettie, what's good? Trader Armor was good. Carolina Blue was good. Faith Sprinkles was good. Sparkles was good. That ain't going too fast, nah. Mac was good. Tawana Davis was good. Nick, I see you, fam. AB was good, man. I see you, family. Shout out to AB, man. Cheesy Bread was good, family. Larry Morgan was good, family. Trey Patterson was good, man. Dollar Bill was good, man. Janelle, what's good, family? KJ, what's good? Coco, what's good? Alex, what's good? JC, what's good? Oh, he's going too fast. Will Mack, what's good? Man, he's going too fast. Kurt. Keith Franklin, I was about to say Kurt Franklin. Pete, oh, you with, man?
You see Kirk at the event this weekend?
What event?
At Blavity?
Nah.
Kirk had on his wife beater. He said, I'm going to be a tank top filler. With the painted hair.
With the what?
The painted hair.
Mr. Wall, VIP was good. No, I ain't doing that with Jose, man. Definitely not doing that with Jose tonight, man.
Nah, he's
all right, Leon, what's good, family? Nat, what's good, Quinn? All right, man, we got a good show ahead of us this week, man, tonight, man. How we feeling, Jose?
Yeah.
Bro, not the blue blockers, bro. Come on, bro.
Nah, these not the blue ones, right? So, hold up. Let me understand. Is all the glasses blue blockers? They all consider them?
The blue blockers.
I thought the other ones because they was blue.
Man got the aviators on.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, those lights, the Cam, shout out to Cam. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, shout out to the squad, man.
Shout out to the squad, bro.
Like, look, we got to understand. People need to understand.
They need to understand, Jose.
We got Grammy Award-winning audio producers. People already in the chat saying the audio sound kind of crazy today. I sent the screenshot.
That what they said?
We got Emmy-nominated producer.
Emmy.
Yeah.
Got an Emmy-nominated producer back there.
Yeah.
Got a Grammy Award winner back there.
Grammy Award winner. Like, we out here, man.
We out here.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no awards, but we still making it.
I got some bacon sauce.
Right. Arm and Hammer. You know what I'm saying? But we out here, brother.
For sure, man. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? New lighting. New cameras.
We got new lighting. We got new cameras. We leveling up.
Man,
Let's go, man. I love it, man. We having a great show tonight, man. We got a lot to talk about. I definitely want to say that we're going into June. We're going into June powerful. We actually had the first 2 days of June have been pretty good. First 2 days of June have been pretty good. What a hell of a shake back for the market, man. What a hell of a shake back, man. Coming from Shazam, what's good, family? Freddie Cruz, what's good, man? Big Wheel Logistics, what's good, man? You know, just as I think about the market, Jose, I think about like people. Man, I just remember going through February, late February, March, April, and we really getting on here like having to like dig deep and make our people believe in the market.
Yeah, it was tumultuous times, but one thing, because, you know, I read everybody comment, they was like, hey, if Trap's still riding, we riding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if Trap's still going, he's still rolling, we rolling.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times it get to a point where it's good to be happy when you up, but can you still keep that same energy when, quote unquote, you might be down? Can you still keep that same energy that you first started with when you said, I got into this market? So for them to come in on Tuesday, shout out to all the Patreon trappers, shout out to all the Trappers Anonymous, like I see they talk that talk like, yo, we appreciate you, Trap, for standing up with us.
Nah, bro. Like, I get it. And even even the people that's not in any one of the groups, right? They just come every week to get the game, you know, in the lock in. Like, they growing, right? And that's what I meant about tonight, about just conquering that territory. It's about saying, yo, like, I'm in it, right? Like, we can't deny that the game works. We can't deny that. Like, and the crazy part is, it don't just work for some people. The game works for anybody willing to play it. If you play it with a system, if you play it with some rules, and if you just say, hey, if you get from a situation where, yo, I'm not just gambling, like I'm really playing the game, like the game works. And that's, for me, bro, I promise you, bro, like, I never doubt the fact that the game works. I never doubt that. Will I go through some ups? Will I go through some downs? Hell yeah. But I always anchor that to a couple things too. Again, I always say it, like watching Bill Ackman lose $400 million on Netflix. The one company right now that we have been punching in the face over and over and over again. Watching him lose $400 million on Netflix, becoming right before that turn, 200 million to 2 point something. No, it was 20 billion to 2 point something billion, bro. He had 1,000% return on that trade.
Sheesh.
1,000% return on that trade. Alberto, appreciate you, family. The game works. And I say this to my people all the time in the groups. I be like, hey, bro, like I said this on a call Saturday, and it was on a Patreon call. Shout out to my Patreon members, top tier. I said, hey, the game will never outprice me. Meaning, like, you know, people will be like, man, Trap, some of them plays be expensive. Well, I don't set the price. I don't set the price, right? Some of the plays we can get in for a cheaper price, right? But I don't set the price. So whatever they want for Netflix, if I can get one, I'm in it. If I can get two, I'm in it. If I can get 100, I'm in it. Why? Because I don't want the game to be the only. I don't only want the bankers and the hedge funds to be able to have net access to getting Netflix or Spotify, right? Because it's too high. No. You're not gonna outprice me. Right? And that's because I don't take the money out that account. Yeah. Right? And so I want us to understand that, like, never let the game outprice us, but also never let them shake us out. We might gotta take some losses here and there. That's how they shake us out. That's how they shake us out. That's how they shake us out. But guess what? Guess what happens when you stay locked in? Guess what happens when you stay committed and you keep working on your skill? You keep getting better. And you say, hey, how can I get better from this? What would I learn from this? Hey, the game gonna It's going to put us right back in position. We got to just be willing to say, you got me right there. That's why, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I salute anybody that plays this game and you make money from it. Mm-hmm. Because what I do know is this game ain't for the weak, fam. As rewarding as it is, it's not for the weak. And the reason why I can say it is because internally we have given birth to a psychological and mental connection to money. Due to environments that we come up in. And two things happen. We first manually produce that feeling. Secondly, we inherit it from what we've seen. So we don't know how to not have an emotional response to money. That takes intentional work. That takes intentional work. And so I always tell my people that, yo, I really feel like a rockhead. I really feel like a rockhead, dog. Like, it's just dangling on my wrist. You hear me? Damn, bro, I done lost weight, bro. Lost weight in my wrist. But the one thing I can really say, like, the street, and I say, bro, the streets really taught me that emotional resilience when it comes to money. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really got a disconnection from it. I talked to Cam and Sean today. I said, hey, bro, so I was talking to Sean because, we under the $1 million mark now. We up under that thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling Sean today the account hit a certain number, and Sean said, damn, bro, that's good. I said, yeah, well, I had got to this number. I said, we had got to 4.3. You know what I'm saying? That was in profit. I said, but to get back where I got to get at, I got to get to 3.4. 3.3, 3.4 is where I got to get at. We probably at like 2.6 right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, like 2.6, 2.6. I'm like, yo, I'm right. We right there. I'm like, bro, we just ate up 1.5, almost 1.6. Last month, bro, we did, just last month alone in April, bro, we did right at $700,000, bro. Last month in April, we did $700,000 in the market. But you know why I ain't going crazy about it is because, yo, I still got to get the rest of that back. But I'm like, bro, that's a hell of a month. It's a hell of a month. It's a hell of a month. And guess what, bro? The market is there. We got to just be resilient enough not to hold on to the L. I got to go get another 700 from it, though. It owe me another 700, like 700. It owe me like another 700, almost 800 grand, bro. I got to go get that. But I don't got to get it all at one time. I don't got to get it all at one time. Strategically just moving in the game. And that's what we got to do. I'm like, I bet. Let's take that L. And I told Sean this day. I said, I ain't pivoting for what I'm doing, but this not the market for me to go out that long. I got to shorten them up a little bit. So our play has really been 3 months, maybe 4 months. We got to shorten them up a little bit because we don't want to be in it that long. Right? Because we ain't in there yet. So we can shorten up a little bit. It's cool. Your ability to adjust, pivot, and see that's what's going to help you make it in this game. And it's not saying you're not going to take an L along the way. It's saying, watch this, bro. You got to fail fast. Go take the L fast so you can get the information from the L to get better. Otherwise you ain't going to get no better. You ain't going to get no better. Think about this. When we see prize fight, we see boxers fighting, right? When they be prospects, the first thing they say is, hey, they never been this far before. They never been in these deep waters before. They going when a prospect goes to fight a champion, they say, hey, he's in the championship round. He done knocked everybody out by round 6. He ain't never been in round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But you go to fight that experienced fighter and he live in round. This is 18th deep, title defense. He or she been in rounds 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They been there. They live there. Well, guess what, bro? In February, March, early April, guess what? You was in deep water. You was in deep water. You got 8 weeks of it. Nasty work. Deep. I'm talking about you. I ain't never in my life seen that many 4% days in a row. I was like, God damn. Well, market down 4% today. God damn, oh shit. Market down 3% today. Market up 0.5% today. Market down 4% today. Market down 3% today. Market down 2% today. It got so bad, so bro, like when we was down 1%, we was like, oh, 1%? Oh, that ain't nothing. We all right. Oh, that ain't up 1%. We all right. Right? But before that, if certain people saw 1% day, oh man. They going crazy. Look at them now. 1% come. Oh man, like this is what I love about the Patreon. Like this is what I love. Like I saw AB say this the other day, right? AB said this on the Patreon the other day. I was crying, laughing. I've been doing so much in the building. I ain't able to be active the last couple of days like I want. I saw AB say something the other day. I was weak laughing, yo. I'm talking about. I threw my phone. I was laughing so hard. So the market had. It was the day Trump was talking. It's the day Trump was talking on TV. So the market was up because Jamie Dimon got on TV and he made it seem like a financial apocalypse was on the way. He went to saying, we don't need crypto, we need guns. I said, whoa, wait a minute, bro. Whoa.
You talking that talk?
You talking about, you talking about doomsday.
Yeah.
What you calling people?
The preppers?
You're a
prepper.
Yeah. Can I say that I'm a prepper now?
Oh, you definitely a prepper.
I'm a prepper.
Bro,
the worst thing that could happen to me was I watched one full season of Walking Dead, and then right after that, Leave the World Behind came out. After I finished watching, I said, oh yeah, it's a bet. I'm a prepper at this point, right? So Jamie Dimon comes on, market's roaring, and then the market started coming down. So AB posted in the group. AB said, and I was posting it. I had just posted a screenshot of the SPY. I said, yo, stop tripping, right? I said, the SPY's here. If it comes down to 583, we can watch. If it falls below 583, then you start tripping. You got from 583 to 576 based on these lines. So I put it in the group, and they saw it. And then right after that, AB put it in, and I think then I put QQQ in, and then AB went to the futures market. He showed us some stuff for the futures market, right? And then chaos broke out for some reason. And they went to being like, oh man, the market falling. Oh man, get him off the TV. They went to going crazy, right? And I was like, yo, why y'all? I'm like, before I could say AB and Jermaine said something. Jermaine, AB says in so many words, he was like, man, shut the hell up. He was like, man, y'all gotta chill, man. The market ain't, but here's the thing, the market it moved, but it didn't go like crazy. He's like, man, y'all gotta chill, man, like we playing the game. And then like Jermaine said something to him like, and then the market, then Trump got on TV and I said, hey, y'all, wouldn't it be funny if Trump saved the market today? And show his shit stink, the market it ran up, right? And I like that because I'm starting to see the emotional resolve from everybody. I can tell if somebody been in there for a while or if they knew. Because at one point in time, it was the people that navigated through last year and then the year before that. So you did October year before, if you did the summer of last year, we went through it. So now it's, bro, I done went through February, March, and April. You better get out of here with all that damn crying. And I'm glad now I don't gotta say it. Cause I can look, cause you can either look at me with this, well, Trap, you up here, we don't got, no.
Your partner.
Yeah, it ain't coming from me.
Right.
They saying it. Men and women. Hey, go ahead with all that, man. Y'all crying in here. And it just make me proud because that's the emotion you gotta have in this. That's the emotion you gotta have. And so that's what I mean by you learn, there's something about this game, you learn it in real time. And that's what I mean by, and I don't have nothing against it, you can back test all you want. You can paper trade all you want. Ain't nothing like when you got that cold, hard cash on the line. Because if you paper trade in the market doing all that February, you like, damn, boy. Because in your mind, you're like, sheesh, well, I'm glad that wasn't my money. You feel me? Like, you get in the market, like, you start paper trading February the 18th. You got all these calls in, and the market start falling. You can just watch it.
Feeling good, actually.
Yeah, you can watch it. You know what I'm saying? Damn, another day? Well, at least I ain't got my money in there. You know what I'm saying? That's your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Damn, 6 weeks the market rate. Sheesh, at least I ain't got my money in there. Dang, boy. You know what I'm saying? While other people over here like, somebody said something on Patreon one day, bro, we sure don't like, you know, he said, bro, we don't like to say we don't like Trump. Every time he turned to come on the TV, we all glued in. Mm-hmm. I said, that's why you got to get your feelings out. But I understood what they were saying, right? Because when you got your money in there, that paper trade ain't.
Watching that joint like the finals of the Super Bowl.
Listen,
every time.
You don't want to watch nothing else.
Nothing else.
You waiting for a tweet. You waiting for a headline. Mm-hmm. You waiting. You hanging on every word. What'd he say? What'd he say? Oh, this nigga tripping. Somebody shut. All you heard during that time, man, shut this dude up. Get him off the TV, man. Your money going. He's sending you. So the paper trader gonna let you feel that. So what you get now is, now you walk around with the battle wound. You walk around with the battle wound of, hey, I felt that. You can't tell me nothing. I felt that. I felt them back-to-back 4% days. I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
You feel me? I felt that. I felt it fall from Monday to Monday. Every day, not a day in between, from Monday to Monday. And I'm still here. When you go through that, you ready to conquer that territory. You ready to conquer.
I'm so abundant, said ninjas was mad everywhere, pumping gas, man.
Everything. Everything.
Pumping
Hostile. Hostile. I'm talking about hostile. Now imagine me as the leader or the voice. I got to go in there and be like, hey, what we doing? We all right, man. We all right. We gonna make it through it, y'all. We gonna make it through this. We gonna make it through it, y'all. And I remember, shout out to Nettie, because I said, hey, this the bottom. Damn, I wish we would have did that on here, bro. We got the screenshot, though. She sent it to me.
She got the screenshot, yeah.
I said, this the bottom, y'all. I don't think it's going to go lower than this. 4,800. I said, I don't think it's going to go lower than this. And as soon as we know it, we haven't. We've been up. 519. Oh. All right, let's get to our show, Jose. How you feel, dog? How your weekend was?
Nah, I feel good. Weekend was restful. You know what I'm saying? But what I do need is people hitting these like buttons. Y'all in here. I know, again, some of y'all watching on the TV, but I need y'all to hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
You know what I'm saying? We work hard. All I ask for a like. It's
Just
free.
a like?
It's free 99.
Like.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that thing.
All right, man, let's get to it, man. So we got our mantra. Let's get into that. If you new here, let's see. 4,800 was it. Yeah, let's go. Mac was good. Davion was good. Jelly was good. Oh, I see my Patreon family, man. I love them people, man. Hey, bro, Rams was good, man. I can't wait till, bro, like, we get this. I was telling them to do this, bro. I said, bro, like, if I was to do something right now with the way the building look, people would come.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm knocking on the door.
Right now. Just the way it look right now, people will come, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I love y'all, man. Let's get to it, man. Y'all know this, man. If you're new here, this mantra just represents us, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor. Why am I doing that? Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Got a lot to talk about, man. Man, Cam, my thing got pushed back to June 9th, man. They just sent me a thing, man. I sent me a email. Yeah, man, I don't like that shit. They down bad. Anyway, let's get to it, man. We got a great show ahead of us today, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get to it, man. So, another day. So listen, we came into June, bro, smoking. We came into June smoking. Now, here's the crazy part, bro. We got a lot of stocks right now that are close, if not banging out to all-time highs. All-time highs. That's, think about this. We went from an arena where everything was under its 200-day moving average. Now, watch this. I want you to understand something. Watch what I'm about to say here. The market fell from February the 18th all the way to about April the 10th. Somewhere up in that range. That's about 8 weeks, right? 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. 7.5 weeks, 8 weeks. Watch this. Let's say from April the 10th or 11th till now was about what? 5 weeks. So it took us 8 weeks, 7 weeks to fall and 5 weeks to regain it. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. We real close back to all-time highs. The market has it has recovered like 95% of what it lost. $3,000 people in the chat, Jose.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right? So I'm saying that to say that you got to be willing to, like, yeah, bro, like, it'll bust you up. But you got to be willing to, like, again, all right, you went through 8 weeks of it. 7.5, 8 weeks of it. 5 weeks later, you damn near right back where you was. That's a hell of a transition. It's a hell of a transition. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's see what we got, man. So we got the NASDAQ up, we got the S&P up, and the Dow up. And I'm going to say something too, man. I'm going to fault myself for this, though, too. I'm not going to lie. Bro, gold just been running. And I don't know why I have not made a gold trade yet, bro. I have not made a gold trade yet.
And you say you don't know why, but you don't know. It's just like, I get to it, or?
I just be so, I don't know, me and Sean sat down the other day and we was supposed to make one. Like, I was like, Sean, I'm about to get in gold. I was like, Sean, I'm about to make a gold plate. And gold, it was like 305. The GLD, it was like 305. What is that now, Sean? GLD?
It's at 309.64 post market.
Then we watched it go all the way to 298.
Yep.
I was like, I gotta make this gold play. I just haven't made it, bro, but I definitely want, and a silver, gold and silver. Both are running, bro. So I think I might do a don't follow me play where I just do it to the end of the year and see what happens. This a don't follow me play. Don't follow me. And we gotta make sure.
But you know they gonna follow.
Let me say something, bro.
You know they gonna follow.
Let me say something, bro. Listen to me. I ain't never seen nobody respond this fast in my life. Like in my life ever. So we made a play on, and I'll show the plays tonight. We made a play on Palantir at the end of the day Friday. I'm talking about, bruh. I made the play, like I had put in a page on, I said, hey, I'm about to make this play, y'all. Just because it had touched something, it had touched it 3 times. I was like, yo, I'm going with it. Make the play, bro. And I know, probably I'm thinking a couple people in the Patreon probably got it. So I tell George, I see him right there. I say, He said, what? I said, you ain't get that. He said, she. I say, what? He said, I'm right here. He said, I got it at 359.55. I said, this nigga's asking to vouch for options, yo.
Notifications pop.
He said, my notifications is on, boy. I said, yo, that's crazy. I'm talking about that was crazy. But I like what happened, though. I like that. I've been learning some stuff that's been real cool, and I'm excited about that. Anyway, let's go further. Let's go a little further. Heat check. See what we got going on, man. NVDA with the 2% today. Now, I will say this. So, we had 100 and something share contracts. We got down to like 40. NVIDIA earnings came out. I sold 80% of it. It ran up to 141, came down to 134. Came down to 134, right back where it was at for earnings. And now it's back on the run. So I gotta find a new entry price for it. The crazy part is 153 is the high, so I gotta be mindful of that. 153 is the high, so we gotta be mindful of that. Broadcom, shout out to the Patreon. Yo, we rock. I didn't realize I'm up 141% on this Broadcom play. So Broadcom killing it. Look at Apple, man. Tesla, Starbucks, Visa, Berkshire. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Berkshire just hasn't been right since Buffett said he's stepping down. The stock was at 560. It's at like 505 right now. I don't think people really gonna rock with Berkshire when Buffett gone. I think they preparing right now to just transition. I'm not gonna lie. I think people just like, what is it right now?
It's at 497.
497. Under 500. It was 550 something for earnings. And then they didn't have a good earnings call. But then not having a good earnings and Buffett saying he's stepping down, I don't know. Anyway, Google, Meta, Verizon, Caterpillar, John Deere, it's a lot, boy. Nice little market. Uber, I see you. We eyeing you. Might have another Uber play on the way. We like what you got going on over there. We got another Uber. Let's go a little further, man. Heat check. We have 4.6 million calls, 4.7 million puts. Not bad. Had a put call ratio of 0.93. We ain't mad at it. Let's go a little further. Sean. Okay now. The market not greedy. This is a good position right here. I'm not mad at a good neutral position. But we got to think about a lot of things that's in play right now. Remember, so the biggest deal is going to be Trump and China. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. They supposed to have a discussion this week. Listen to me. Trump China deal gets some traction, that's one of them days you won't be in the market. But you gotta be in it to hope. That's the thing, like you don't know what is gonna happen. You don't know. So you gotta hope that they can sit down. And here's the thing, what was real dope was that the people who was trying to do the negotiation, both parties said, hey, them two need to talk. Right? Like, they need to talk. Like, Xi Jinping and Trump, y'all got to sit down because we can't do this because they wasn't talking. And now they both of them not doing, one saying rare earth minerals ain't, this one saying, like, so Trump did say, hey, I'm going to talk to him Friday. Now, we can, I'm going to tell you something. He been getting media trained. His media been different. His media been different. Scott Besson been talking to him. Hey, this how you talk on the TV, bro. You hear me? Because I'm going to tell you something. I listened to that live thing Friday. I said, okay, Donnie, you ain't talking crazy like you was talking earlier. They asked him about China. He said, hey, I want to do a deal. I think we're going to have a good conversation. I said, oh, that's it. I said, that's it. That's it. Market went up. I told Sean that we was here. Soon as the man, first of all, the man was asking all kind of dumb questions. I was like, bro, what is you doing right here? And then the man said, so, what's up with China? He said, listen, I think we're going to have a good talk with China. I want to do a deal. They want to do a deal. I think we'll have, market went up. Market turned. I said, he got it. Somebody done talked to him. Somebody done talked to him. So I said, somebody done talked to him. You hear me? All right, let's go a little further, man. So I like it at 56, man. I ain't mad at that, man. Let's go a little further. We got to show the people the money. Must be the money. All right, let's get into it, man. So we in this Apple call. It just ain't shaking back right now, but we in for the long haul with Apple, man. 210 call ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. AVGO call, man. So we done took profits on this call a few times. I think this call is up 141%, man. So sweet. Gotta give my guy Marcel this props because we could probably be up about 250%. Because when it was about, I think we probably got into probably about 190, maybe 200. It was 162 when he said, hey, Trap, I think we should get in this AVGO call. I was like, nah, bro, I'm going to wait. So I got to shout out to my guy Marcel in the Patreon. You hear me? Shout out to Marcel for that. Costco, it's just been, put on your red dress. Listen, Costco's just been it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. It's kind of expensive, but it's just been it. So I had 8 contracts in it. It cost an arm and 2 legs. But, yep. So I probably got like 2-3 contracts in it, right? CrowdStrike. Listen, so we up. I done took profits on this one a little bit, but it had so here's the thing about CrowdStrike. Let the Patreon know. Be on the lookout. We got a CrowdStrike play coming. I'm telling y'all. Here's why we got a play coming. We watched this play. So watch this. The high was 479. And then it didn't just creep through 479. It blew past 479 over the last 2 days and blew up to 489. Right? So we gotta have in our mind at some point, hey, let me take a little bit off the table right here. Right? I don't gotta take it all off the table, but let me take a little bit off the table. Just because anytime a stock, so here's what I want us to understand, everybody on here. Anytime you're in a trade, let me just have this conversation with you. Anytime you in a trade and the play hit an all-time high, go and take a little bit off the table. Go and take a little bit off the table. Because anytime a play hit an all-time high, the market within the next few days is going to find a reason to take profit off the table. They're going to find a way to sell it off a little bit. Now, here's the dope part about that. We buy basketballs, not donuts. I want y'all to keep that in y'all head. We buy basketballs, not donuts. You know why? Because when they take profits, it's gonna fall, it's gonna bounce right back up and hit new highs again. Donuts fall flat. Anytime a company hit an all-time high, not if you're in a buy and hold. If you're in a buy and hold, you just don't trip. If you're in a trade and that company hit all-time high, go on, take a little bit off the top. What you say about it, Sean?
Like, okay, how do I buy a basketball instead of buying like a donut?
A donut?
What does that look like?
So, great question, Sean. So, what I mean by basketballs, not donuts, it simply mean that great companies bounce. So, you want to see a company, I'll give you a prime example. Spotify, company we've been in. It keep hitting new highs. But guess what happened? It'll hit a high, it'll fall, it'll come back up. It'll hit a high, it'll fall, it'll come back up. It'll hit a high, it'll fall. Netflix, same thing. Hit a high, fall, come back up. High, fall, come back up. Here's why. Great companies, the reason why these companies are running so much is because not just retail investors, but institutions are in them because they find safety in them. They find, oh, this is a great company that I can put my money behind. But remember, they in the game to make money too. So they're going to push it up. When they hit all-time high, they're going to take profit. When they take profit, they're going to take enough profit, and then somebody else going to come in as sellers and push it right back up. And then when they start pushing it back up to another all-time high or to an event happens, somebody going to take profit. When somebody take profit, somebody else going to buy. Great. This is why I say, this is always my rule of thumb, I never trade companies that I wouldn't want to own. That's going to be my only flaw as a trader. Because there are certain companies that are run up that I'm cool with missing on because I'm like, yo, I wouldn't own it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't own it, so I necessarily won't trade it unless I'm shorting it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna always be my downfall as a trader. I know that. I can look at it in the mirror, right? I ain't afraid of it. Like there are plays that I will absolutely miss out on because I will not trade it because I wouldn't own it. You know what I'm saying? And because I won't own it, I done did the research on it, and I see that it's fundamentally a great company. Right? And so I know I'll miss out on a lot of plays like that because there's companies that I will not trade just because I won't own it. And one thing about when you really locked in on trading, you could care, a lot of times at a trade, you could care less what the fundamentals look like because you're getting your direction from price action. You don't care about fundamentally what the company look like. Like, is it moving? Does these candles communicate? We call that candlestick communication. Does these candlesticks communicate the way it's supposed to communicate to make me make a move? I'm in. For me, I need the candlesticks and the fundamentals to align before I play it. So, but we want basketballs, not donuts. We want companies that, a great company can reach an all-time high, sell off, and bounce right back. That's what great companies do, right? They don't stay down, especially, watch this, especially if there's not a market event going on, great companies gonna run. If there's not a market event going on, meaning if there's not something going on in the market, if there's not something going on with that specific company behind a certain incident, great companies gonna run. They're gonna always pull back, but they're gonna run. Why? Because the market is inclined to own great companies. Why? Because the market is a what? Forward-looking mechanism. So it's looking at a company's earnings, revenues, profit, and forward guidance. If those things line, then it comes to profitabilities, net margins. Do they have a great balance sheet to keep growing this? Can they, especially a dividend company, can they keep paying that dividend? All of that becomes fundamental reasons why companies keep buying into great companies, and that's why these companies keep growing. You look at a company that got a strong growth story. Hey, are they profitable? If not, how close are they to profitability? How much market share do they have? Are they their first or second place? What is the moat that this company has that can make my money safe? These are why we buy, these are companies we call basketballs, right? Basketballs, they gonna run. Now the thing about this is, you can throw a donut. Watch me here, Sean. You can throw a donut, which means you can throw a donut in the air, but when the donut fall, it's gonna fall flat. Oh man, that went over so many people's heads just now. That went over some people's heads just now. You can throw a donut, but when it fall, it's gonna fall flat. and you're gonna be stuck. That's why I can't touch AT&T with a 10-foot pole. Cause when it fall, it done had so many bad years. When it fall, that's why I'm straight. That's why I don't want to trade Nike. And it's not that Nike got bad fundamentals. They're actually kind of about a C++. But when you look at the landscape of Nike, now I remember somebody said this, Trap told people Nike dead, da-da-da. And ever since that post, Nike ain't went nowhere. It ain't went nowhere near it. Stock got up to $80, $94. Where's that? 60s. What's happening? Stock had negative. The stock has been negative for 5 years. Why would I? Why would I do anything but short that stock if I wanted to play it? Because it ain't going nowhere. And they get mad at me all the time saying, I'm gonna put my money in Nike. Why would I put my money? Listen to me right quick. With so much growth in the market, why would I put my money in a company that hasn't gone anywhere in 5 years just because I'm going to say Nike ain't going nowhere? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why? I'm going to put my money in Nike. Why? The stock ain't went nowhere in 5 years. It's about how much it is right now? $62, $65. What it is? It ain't went nowhere. Why? There's so much growth in the market. What's it at?
62.
$62. The whole market has been recovering. Watch this. Year to date, what is down? Double digits.
It started the year at 76. So it's down.
Started the year at $76.
Went up to literally 82. Hasn't seen it since then.
But see, here's the crazy part. You'll post when I say don't buy Nike, but you won't post that you was wrong and that I was right. You won't give me props for that. You won't say, they will find, that's the thing I think about people. People will find stuff to say about when you wrong or when they feel like you wrong. But if you let the thing play out, they will not post and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong about this one. Hey, Trap was right about that one. If I look at the 5-year return on it, he right. If I look at the 3-year return on it, he right. If I look at the 1-year return on it, he right. If I look at the 6-month return on it, he right. If I look at year to date, he right. You know what? That's my bad. They'll never do that. They'll never do that. They'll never do it. Double digits. Another year, double digits. And listen, it ain't gonna grow. You know why it ain't gonna grow? Because you can't outdo Hoka. You ain't outdoing On. You ain't outdoing them. You ain't outdoing them. They took running from you.
Gone.
They took running from you. And they got all age brackets. They got the old people, they got the young people, they got the young people.
They in the streets.
They everywhere. You can't go nowhere without seeing Hoka and the On. You can't go nowhere without seeing them. They took that whole thing from you. So now you got basketball. Guess what? Brian out the door. Brian out the door. I'm gonna be real, the Jordan frenzy is kind of like, it ain't what it was no more. The Jordan frenzy ain't, so we buying the dunks, okay. So now we buying dunks and G-Nikes. That's some hood shit.
Right, that population ain't that heavy.
They ain't that big. Everybody, bro, I go to the gym, I see old white men, old black men, old white men, old white ladies, old black ladies, Spanish men, kids, young, old, whatever. Hoka.
Shoot, we don't even wear the Nike gear no more. Crazy.
That's it. You lost that. That ain't coming back. So now you got what you gonna create? Football, you still got some lane in basketball, but who you gonna go get now? Who you getting now? KD? Your big dog was Brian. Your big dog was Brian. Brian I'm about to chill out. I'm about to go lay it down. So what do you do now? People ain't on the Nike gear like that. They wearing Lululemon. They wearing, what's the other one? Aloe, and again, watch this. Now you got social media influence. Hey, I got my own athletic wear. They got 80 million women online that sell athletic wear. People going straight to consumer. They cool, Nike.
It ain't looking good for them boys.
They going straight to consumer. They going to the influencer or the person that they really rock with. Shout out to my girl, she got NN body.
Salute.
They going to who they rock
link.
with. So so then you got and I'm not being racist here. Lululemon is their core audience is middle-aged white women. I ain't saying this, it's on their thing. If you go look at their core audience, it's middle-aged white women. That's where they going at. Okay, Nike, where do you fit in? What you gonna do now? You going to soccer? Where you going? You might go to soccer?
You might have something over there.
Messi? But I think, who Messi signed to? He might be, I don't know. Where you go? Where you go at? You go to the WNBA? I ain't mad at that. That's a growing.
It's definitely growing.
It's a growing league. It ain't gonna be LeBron money. It ain't gonna be Jordan money. But so where do you go at, Nike?
Yeah, they definitely gonna need some strategic innovation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. And they haven't done it in 5 years, and the stock has showed that. That's all I've been saying. That's all I keep saying. Why would I go there when I can go buy Crocs or Deckers or somebody like that that's killing it? Let me get off that for people think I'm tripping. All right, so we got a CrowdStrike play coming. Shout out to Goldman Sachs. Come on. If you're in a Patreon, you know. Listen, we was in this Goldman Sachs play. This play ran up for us. We took some profit at the top. We got in this play at $5.99. It went up to $6.17. We got a little bit on the top. I don't know what happened, but it fell down. And bro, let me tell you something. I promise on everything I love, bro. I always look at everything before I come here, because I don't want to be here watching it here, because so much be on my brain when I get in here. And bro, I saw it down this morning. I said, all right, we in an August play. I said, hey, we down. But we wasn't down a lot. We was down, I think we was probably down like 3%. Goldman Sachs is one of my go-tos, you hear me? So I said, Mark Isaac, what's good, fam? Rennie, I hope I said it right. Rennie said, now we going direct to consumer. So I said, okay. I said, I should take this play while it's down. I was down like $1,000, $2,000. I was like, I should take this right here, take the same strike, because it was essentially at the same price we bought it at this morning. It was $5.98. Good catch, Cam. I said, I should go to September, October with this play, because it was down. And I didn't. That sucker ran up the day. I said, God diggity dog. I said, dang it. So that caught me off guard. But I had it in my brain. What's our next? It's gone, Jose. I can't say. Yep. I was like, dang. So I wanted to do that, man. And all right, so then we got Lily. Hey, y'all. Hey, check this out. Shout out to the Patreon, bro, because like Eli Lilly is one of them companies that we have a we have a toxic relationship with this company, right? We have a real toxic relationship with this company. And the reason why is because we made a lot of money off it, we lost a lot of money off it, and yet we right back with it. Yep, we made a lot of money on it, we lost a lot of money on it. And we right here with it. And today, I was up like 1%. I don't know what happened at the bell, right? I don't know what happened at the bell, but it went back down. I was like, God dang. I put in the Patreon there, is that Lily? Everybody was like, hey, Lily, we see ya. And then, look at her now. But, what'd you say? Yeah, it ain't that bad, but somebody say talking is right. Listen, we got a toxic relationship with this company. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. Meta, so I'm really want to get into another Meta play because Meta just did listen to me, I'm going to talk about something later on in the show about Meta, AI, and how much energy it needs. Listen to me, y'all. Here's a cheat code for you. So, in order to produce AI, we don't understand it, we just use it. But to get to the mechanics behind it, AI needs a lot of energy. So one of the biggest issues that America will face is the lack of energy to keep producing the AI. We may be in an energy crisis at some point because we don't think about it, but every technology needs energy, especially AI. It's a huge demand for it. And the way we looking, the way they're trying to like dig down on it and like make everything AI, they're gonna need a way to produce a lot of energy. So we saw today Constellation Energy pop 15% because they signed a deal with Meta. That's a company that's been running already. I've been trying to get in this company for the last freaking 6 months and just can't. I could have got it in February, but they had so much deals going on we was trying to find, but just can't get in it. But pop 15% today. So here's a sleeper for you. Any company that you see that is providing energy to technology, that's gonna be good for you. Keep them on your lookout. Any company that
You might have to take that segment, sleeper pick. You know what I'm saying? Sleeper pick.
Yeah, that's it. Any company that you see that's gonna be providing energy to technology companies, go look for them, go look them up. All you gotta do is look at your technology companies, do your homework, use ChatGPT to be smart. You know, it's already on my brain. But, hey, CEG, all its counterparts, put that in your brain. Put that in your brain. Think about this. They're gonna be creating robots. What they need, what precious metal, what type of energy gonna be needed, because they don't just build them and they run. Them batteries, them AI, they need energy and they need, uranium, whatever it's called. They need all that. Lithium. They need all that. The autonomous cars, they need all that. So that's a way for you to think forward. A way for you to think forward is to say, hey, what do these companies need to run these autonomous cars? What do these companies need to run all this AI? What do they need, y'all? That's the companies we're gonna be, because the writing is always on the wall. You see what Meta doing, what you think NVIDIA gonna need, what you think Microsoft gonna need, what you think Google gonna need, what you gonna need Amazon gonna need, and all these other companies, what you think they gonna need. That ain't gonna be the only ones that's gonna have to do deals with energy companies. So you need to put that in your brain moving forward. Don't let that go over your head. All right? Netflix, Old Faithful, man. We up. So, hey, Jose, that thing, listen, I should have stuck with my 1200 call. I said, what I said, 1100? 1200. The original call was 1200. Bro, that thing booming. That thing jumping out the gym. I don't even know if I can get back in it. I think June gonna give me an opportunity. If I catch it anywhere in that 1,000 range, I'm going crazy. Look, I'm sitting on 600 cash, bro. I'm sitting on 600 cash. They let me, yes, sir. We got the NVDA, man. NVDA takes the crown again. Here's the two plays we put in this weekend, man. We put them in Friday. I can't give y'all the date. I can't give y'all the strike. But Friday, we put both of these plays in. We put a Palo Alto play in, right? And we put a Palantir play in. Shout out to Katie. I said, Katie, in the Patreon, I said, hey, make sure your baby daddy handle my business. Make sure you handle my business. Make sure you handle my business. I just want my business handled. So Palo Alto was a play that we had watched that play. We had with that play, what happened was I had watched it, and I watched it close, and I had told him like a week prior, I said, hey, y'all, if this play hits this strike, if this play gets to this, I think it was, I forgot what it was. I said, if it hit this, we're going to go for it. We got it. Then Jamin Diamond come on call with this goddamn, whatever he had going on. So it fell a little bit, then it ran through it. So since Friday, we put this play in, it done racked up 14 grand. Today, at some point, it was up like 17,000. So that was a good play. Palantir play was down this morning, and then it just turned around on us. You know what I'm saying? So we like that. Palantir was good. Look at the Qs. What's up?
So WML Motivation had a good question. It was like, yo, Trap, can you explain how a day's gains is higher than a total gain?
How is a day's gain? Where you see that at?
I don't know. That's why I was wondering. I was looking. I was like, is that up? Is that a thing?
I don't even see where a day's gain is bigger than the total.
Maybe on the previous drink. You know, I'll be in the chat, but
that's not possible.
Nah, okay. I thought so too, but I wanted to make sure that wasn't something that I was like, oh, something.
Well, it can't be if it's negative. So the only way a day's gain can be better than bigger than a total gain is if the play was negative. So let's say like, oh yeah, I see it. So right here. So Goldman Sachs is 5,700, right? So Goldman Sachs is 5,700. So that means the play was probably negative. Remember I said the play was down 1,300. So the play was down 1,300. So then what happens is the play made 6,200 a day, but you take away the 1,400 that it was down initially. So that's the only way. That's the only way is if the play was initially negative, right? So let's say, like again, the Goldman Sachs play, it had a huge run up today. But remember I said earlier, I was like, yo, I'm down like 2 grand. I really want to get in this. I should just roll this play over. So that's how that happened. So if the play is negative, think about it as the overall picture and whatever it does on a day. So it ran up. So if I'd have got in the play today, I would have made $6,000, $6,200. But because I got in the play previously, it has to wipe out the negative so it can be positive. That's it. Yep. My bad. I was about to say the only way is if it's negative. Yep. Same thing with the Apple play. So see how the Apple play is down 6,000, but I made 6,600 today. I mean $660. So that means overall I was probably down 6,100 or 60 something like that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how. Yep. That's how. Yep. Let's go a little further, man. Yep. We got the Qs. You know we rocking with tech. Let's go a little further. Oh, we should have had one more up there, right? We don't have one more? We should have one more. It should have waste management and Visa. Can't let the people think we don't got that. We be like, Trap, where the waste management play at? Where the Visa play at? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's on this other. They got it? That's 2 weeks in a row. Maybe I don't know what happened. I thought I sent it. All right, I gotta make sure we stay, because I can't let my people think I don't, because they're gonna be like, Trap, where the Visa play at? You got out the play, Trap? Hell no. So let's see. All right, so the Visa play is up 9, so I'll say it. The Visa play is up 39%. Waste management play is down 13%. Waste management is crazy, man. We was up last week on it, up Monday on it, and then today it went sour on us. I'm getting out waste management.
Your boys too.
Huh?
You was looking at the trucks, taking pictures.
Yeah, I'm getting out waste management. I don't keep them in my buying hole, but I'm getting out of them. I can't. We need runners. He's a runner, he's a track star. You know what I'm saying? I can't be dealing with this, man. You gotta go positive and stay positive. You know what I'm saying? You going positive and negative. I don't got the same thing I did with Sprouts Farmers Market. I don't got time for that. All right, so let's look at our recession, our freedom fund. Sean, we up 24%. Come on, bro. 24%. We cracked 100 grand in a freedom fund, sitting on 284,000. We've been spending. I'm looking to spend the rest of this between July, August, and September. July, August, and September, I'm looking to spend the rest of this. I want to at least have about 50 grand left. I think I know where I'm going to. I got two companies I've been looking at. All right, so we got AJG, that's the insurance company. Costco, CrowdStrike, Meta, Netflix, NVDA, Palantir, and Sprouts Farmers Market in the Freedom Fund. Sir James, I ain't even gonna lie. I took him out. Man, they pissing me off, man. Every time tech do good, they don't do good. Every time when tech not doing good, they do good. When tech do good, I'm not dealing with it. So the next time waste management get up, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care. I can use the extra bread. The next time waste management, I'm gonna do the same thing I did at Sprouts Farmers Market. The next time waste management go up $1,000, I'm exiting. Yep. All right, let's get
Sean had to get I want to see where the market at.
Oh, what's up?
Versus
the
the
market
24.
at 1.96. So basically the market, so SPY is up 2% year to date.
The SPY is up 2% year to date.
Mm-hmm.
Beating the market by 22%.
You know what I'm saying?
The SPY is up 22% the SPY is up 2% year to date. And we are up 24%. Tilt your hat, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We gotta just salute that, bro. Come on, bro. We gotta salute that, bro.
Going crazy out here. That's what the hat tilt for. What them other boys talking about?
Hey, bro, I ain't even lying. Like,
that's what I told him. I said, hey, what the market at? Pull that up real quick. Because I was like, some good numbers.
What I love about it more, you up 24%, but that also means the trappers that's with you, they also
they rocking.
24% in the year too.
They rocking.
Too.
They rocking. Let me just have a moment, dog.
E-Flow said, that's actually pretty insane.
Hey, bro. Nah, bro, like, hey, bro. See, they ain't gonna give you credit for this. They'll find everything wrong with what you do, but they don't give you credit for this, dog. You feel me? They'll search the internet for any mistake you make, but they ain't gonna say, hey, bro, salute my dog. That's my thing about people, dog. Like, y'all disregard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they went got 860 out the market and bought a building with it. Nobody says nothing about that, which is cool. I ain't tripping. But let me say one thing wrong on here.
They ready to pounce.
You feel me? Let me say one thing wrong on here. You gonna grab that in, right? You'll snatch something when you say something wrong or that you don't agree with at the time, you'll snatch that and make it sound, but then, just like the Nike situation, just like so many other things that we said that, you know what I'm saying? It don't really be nothing. It'd be weird to me that people wire that way. Bro, 24%, dog. And we didn't go not 1 week without showing this. You seen me pivot and maneuver in real time, bro. Like, bro, I remember selling the Costco play, taking the profit from Costco, buying AJG, then letting Costco fall and say, yo, we about to rebuy Costco. Sticking to NVDA, sticking to Meta, sticking to, come on, bro. That's how you build a portfolio and navigate and build it during tough times, bruh. Salute to the trappers, man. Salute to the trappers, man. Let's go a little further, man. What we got? 5 Trapper of the Week, man. All right, so this week's Trapper of the Week is Robert Smalls. Robert Smalls, let me stop and say this right quick, man. So we do Trapper of the Week just to give a little culture and to give a little, like, spotlight to African Americans who have really, like, paved the way. What I don't like about, I'm not gonna say what I don't like. My problem with the way that America talks about African Americans is like we started with slavery. Or that they never talk about the ownership that we had. They never talk about the greatness and the phenomenal things that we did that this country was built on, right? So what we want to do is, while I believe that wealth is for everybody and everybody should attain it, I can be pro-black without being anti-white or anti-anything else. I can be proud of who I am and the people that came before me and the shoulders of the people that I stand on. I can be proud of that without hating anybody. So this week we're going to salute to Mr. Robert Smalls.
And it's real history, though.
Huh?
No, it's real history.
And it's real history.
I'm about to say, because a lot of times we don't get this.
Yeah, it's real history. It's real history.
Like, we don't get this on the net. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So, that's real. I learn something new every week, for real.
I be searching for stuff and I be sending Steve stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning. One of the things that I want to do, we're going to do, is we're going to produce a movie after one of these people that we show on here. So there's 2 things I want to do: produce a series and produce a movie. And I know I'm gonna spend about 10, 15 million to do it. It ain't gonna be cheap. I'm gonna start going to acting classes too, so I can play in it. But cause I wanna.
Not laughing at the acting class. I can see you in the practice. But go ahead.
Yeah, like, I don't gotta have a major role. I just want to be able to be in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm spent all this damn money for this movie. I want to be in it. Shit. You know what I'm saying, B? I ain't gotta have a major role. I can be like, hey, get that stuff. I gotta open all that.
You ain't gonna Tyler Perry it out. You ain't gonna Tyler that joint out.
I need a speaking part. Yeah, what's up, partner? I just need a speaking part. Yeah, boy, nah, boy. That's it. I'm good.
That's good.
That's it. I'll pay the actors to act. You feel me? That's bad as act. But one of the things I want to do, bro, is there's 2 movies that I want to do. 2 series I want to do. I'm not going to speak on a series, but one of the movies I want to do for sure is on Black Wallstreet. In my mind, I can't fathom why we don't have a movie that tells that story, right? But I want to do it. I'm going to do it. And then another one is, I want to do one of Black Wallstreet, and I want to do one of either a woman or a black man, but I want to tell that story. And I don't just want to tell it like I want to do the in-depth research, the in-depth homework, and get the people to depict that so we can do that. And I'm gonna do that.
That's why I like The Banker. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just
The Banker.
positive drip.
Yep.
It's like, dang,
The
that's
Banker
fire.
was a good one.
I done
bruh.
seen all these
And
slave
and
joints.
it didn't get a lot of what it was supposed to
Right.
get.
Nah,
Really
definitely
a
didn't.
good movie.
Definitely didn't.
Really a good movie. And so I feel like we could do that. I feel like I know we can do it. That's, you know, I'm willing to put, you know, I know some people and they're like, hey, bro, like, let me know. At a high level. You know what I'm saying? And I've been pricing it. It'll probably cost me somewhere between 10 to 15 to do a really good one. You know, that don't look bootleg. It's Amazon, Netflix worthy. Cost me about 10, 15.
Yeah, shout out to Tubi, but we ain't doing a Tubi joint. You know what I'm saying? But shout
So I
out to
actually
them.
heard they getting better.
No, they growing, but right now they got a stigma. But they know they lane too. They really.
I'm not mad at putting up, nah, I don't want that.
straight to Tubi.
But I do want, and here's why too, I want to do it myself, use my money so that I can own it.
A lot of people doing direct to YouTube with pay.
Yeah.
You could do a pay joint right on the YouTube.
Now the
joint,
thing
too.
about YouTube is though, you housing it on their platform.
Yeah.
So they technically own your IP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, anyway, let's get to it, man. Robert Smalls was an American politician who was born into slavery in Beaufort, South Carolina during the American Civil War. The still enslaved Small commanded Confederate transport ship in Charleston Harbor and sailed it from the Confederate controlled waters of the harbor to the U.S. blockade that surrounded. He then piloted the ship to the Union-controlled enclave in Beaufort, Royal, Hyatt-led area, where it became a Union warship. In the process, he freed himself, his crew, and their families. His example and persona helped convince President Abraham Lincoln to accept African-American soldiers into the Union Army. Robert Smalls is who we talking about. Let's go.
Robert Smalls may have been raised on a Beaufort, South Carolina plantation, but he soon discovered he was at home on the water. Jermaine Fowler is the author of The Humanity Archive.
At 12 years old, Small's mother requests that he go to work at the bustling docks of the Charleston Harbor, and he takes to the water like a fish. He works as a longshoreman, he works as a rigger, he works as a sailmaker.
During the Civil War, Smalls, who was enslaved, was conscripted into the Confederate Army and put to work as the pilot of the Planter, a side-wheel steamer. Nancy Tolson is the Assistant Director of African American Studies at the University of South Carolina.
It was for cotton and other goods that would be going throughout the Charleston Harbor. When the war broke out, the Confederates took over the Planter and made it into a warship. They weaponized it with cannons and ammunition, and now it became a cargo ship of weapons to be dropped off at different forts and different places along the Charleston Harbor.
Smalls was forced to work on a ship for the forces fighting to keep him enslaved, but he had an idea.
He sees this opportunity for freedom and kind of starts formulating this plan there to escape.
The Planter would tie up at the dock in Charleston at the end of each day. Its 3 officers would go ashore to spend the night in their homes, leaving the enslaved crew of 7 on board, alone. In the early morning hours of May 13, 1862, Smalls sensed the time was right. With only his fellow crew members aboard, he ordered the steamer to leave.
Robert Smalls and the men on the Planter, the enslaved men, they said that this was a do or die mission. They weren't turning back because they knew they would be executed if they did.
Smalls' first stop? A wharf where his family and those of his crewmates were hiding in another boat.
Robert Smalls, as the pilot, was steering the ship, and they were passing each fort with the correct signals, with the correct whistles. Robert Smalls would put on the captain's hat and even the captain's stand, to convince each one of the forts that were looking at them that this is who it was.
They steamed through the heavily guarded Charleston Harbor and past the Confederate-occupied Fort Sumter, where the first shots of the Civil War had been fired just a year earlier. And tell us about that escapade. What happened in that incident?
There was a lot of fear. There was a lot of trembling. You know, there's a lot of praying, and they actually made it. They hoisted up a bedsheet for a white flag as they approached the Union ships.
Crossing into Union-held waters, the 16 people aboard were free from slavery for the first time in their lives. Smalls triumphantly delivered the planter to the captain of a Union ship. And it also got some attention in the press at the time, didn't it?
Yeah, so in the press, the northern newspapers, they called Smalls a hero. This is unheard of. It's a feat. And the southern newspapers, though, they were not happy at all. They were wondering how this slave could take one of their ships.
He became this legend. He became part of folklore that it seemed, for me, kind of dissolved somewhere along the way. He was truly an American hero and one of the people that just does not get enough credit pertaining to the Civil War.
Let's go.
That's crazy. Here's the wild part, though. They got a biopic movie about Robert Smalls, a former slave, that they're working on Amazon called Still Away by Amazon Studios.
That's
Directed
good.
by Charles Burnett. So, yeah, they moving.
I like it.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
it. We need that.
Robert
We need
Smalls
that.
is the illest.
We need that. All right, let's go a little further, man. So y'all know, man, each and every week, we've been perfecting and getting better at giving y'all this new show that we got called Journey to Freedom. And the goal is for y'all to see what it's like for us to build this, grow this. And so let's check it out, man.
You're grown. I can't make nobody stay here. But the growth gotta happen regardless if you're here or not. 49 to 51% of the average American don't have $1,000 put up. I think we have a great leverage because we've made so much money and then we've helped people make so much money. Even though our community, we've been building it for a while, we still gotta remember that there's more beginners in the world than advanced people in the world. Yeah, from a content perspective, because if we put advanced content out, it's gonna lose people. With that extreme high, also extreme price. It's an extreme, the price associated with him because he's so hot, you like, God damn.
Now is the best time to get as many people as possible in because they no longer have no reason for this skepticism to have resilience. Yeah. So even if it goes down now, it don't matter because we have enough cycles to point to be like, is you stupid? You gonna miss this again?
Like my next conversation now is when I'm talking to them, yep, I went and bought a $5.5 million building. Yo, I used the market to get it out. My network just increased 5.7 million. Yo, what's up? And so when I listen to Tobe, he has this unique ability and his authenticity to talk about God. Like one of his songs that I love is All My Niggas Need Jesus. And still hold that, I done been through that, I done been through it, dog. So it's the ability to navigate between, I'm not full-fledged Kirk Franklin gospel singer, but I ain't over here no more, I'm here.
The idea is it's still gonna be the next move is likely down. At one point,
hey man, congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are proud to honor you with an impressive 100,000. Let's go, baby.
We got another episode dropping tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We're going to have it early for the Patreon and Trappers Anonymous.
Patreon and Trappers Anonymous get it early.
They're going to get it early, but 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in as far as last week. Real talk.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in last week.
Y'all did y'all thing. I put it in the chat right now if you want to catch it. The steps to building a $100 million business. Episode 3, we locked in. Episode 4 dropped tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie. I spent the weekend looking at reading some of the comments, and they was like, "Hey, we like this, Trap. We like this." So we definitely, and that's gonna keep getting better. Journey to Freedom gonna keep getting better. I promise you that. Journey to Freedom gonna be Emmy nominated.
Ooh.
YouTube. Come on. Emmy nominated.
You know what I'm saying?
One of the awards. EGOT.
We're going to get an EGOT.
I never heard
off the soundtrack.
I never heard of EGOT till George said it one day, bro. I said, what the hell is that, George? He said, we win all of them. I say, I ain't say Emmy or Tony, Grammy.
Oh, word. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We all learning something new.
I didn't know what that was. George, you gonna get EGOT. I said, huh? What award is that, cuz? So anyway, let's get to it, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. All right, so watch this, y'all. The rebound is intact. And so here's what I want us to see, man. So here's the orange line represents the historical average after a stock rebounds, makes a sharp rebound, right? Once it passes positive territory, like of coming off a big decline like we had of almost 20%, right? And so where those two lines is the area where we are headed. The darker line that you see a little bit is where we at. The little half line, the little piece of line. So we are actually on pace. We honestly, we actually doing better at this point than the historical average of a rebound. We actually doing better. Let's go a little further. Now, here's what I want to say. Let's marry these two pieces of content together. The odds of a recession in 2025 have went from 70 are now down to 28%. We was touching 70%. They had a 70% chance that we would hit a recession. Here's why it's important for us as investors to stay the course and not listen to the news like that. You see how they pivoted? Remember, watch this. Remember when my go-to, my big dog, people who I listen to, Goldman Sachs, remember what they said? Hey, we going in a recession. They said, we going in a recession. And then they came back and said, never mind. Like, not long after that, they came back and said, nah. Somebody, boy, Mark, listen. The 28% is Jamie Dimon and Ray Dalio. I promise. The 20% is Jamie Dimon and Ray Dalio. I promise. They splitting it up 14 and 14. 100%. 100%. Oh, no. Jamie Dimon got 14. No. Watch this. Jamie Dimon got 12. Ray Dalio got 13. That put me at 25. Robert Kiyosaki got the rest. Yes, sir. Robert Kiyosaki got the rest because he got another book to give us that he gonna rename. Yeah. Ray done already hit us with the principles. He done hit us with the changing world order. Ray got us already. He hit us for 2 bestsellers back to back. He stuck us for it, right? He went on a crazy promo campaign for them 2 books. We bought it, right? Ray got it. Ray, Jamie, and Robert Kiyosaki. That's that 28%. 100%. 100%. But the odds was at 70. Now watch this. We started the year off all right. Every year gonna have like anywhere between 10 to 20%. Every year gonna have that. It's just, you're never gonna have a 0% chance. And the reason why you're not gonna have a 0% chance is because America's debt is so large. As a matter of fact, let's get to the carry trade right quick. We should have a clip that says the carry trade. Did Steve give a graphic that said the carry trade? Did he do that? If he didn't, don't worry about it. I can write it down. Because I won't, this might be a whiteboard moment right here. All right, this is a whiteboard moment for me. So let's jump on the whiteboard right quick, because I need to explain this to us so that we can understand what this is. And it's going to be important that we understand it. So let me try my best to explain this in the best way possible for us. All right. Am I on? All right, there we go. All right, we good. Let me know when we ready. N.O. Chris, what's good, man? St. Peter Trapper, what's good, fam? You hear me? Same book, new title. That's a fact, man. Goddess, what's good, love? Jermaine, what's poppin'? Tate Frost, what's poppin'? Yeah. I need some more light right here. It look dark. Maybe it look dark. Maybe it's just me, but it look dark. All right, tell me when y'all ready. All right, we good? All right, so what I want to do right here is I want to explain something that we have to be prepared for, right? Let me see something. How that look on my board? Does it look good? Does it look good on my board? All right, let me go. All right, so one of the things that I want to explain right here is called the carry trade, right? It's important that we understand this because this is going to be a real threat to everything that's going on right now. Now, if you in the Patreon, last year, you know this trade wrecked us. This trade wrecked us. This knocked the Mario coins out of our account last year. This knocked the Mario coins out of our account last year, and we was like, bruh. All right, so the carry trade, the Japan carry trade looks like this, y'all. So I want y'all to do something for me right quick. I want you to share this with as many people as you can right now, because this is going to be super important for anybody you know investing, anybody you know that's in the market. Share this out right quick and say, hey, bruh. Huh? Oh, so if you know something, like, send this out right quick, you hear me? Right? Send this out right quick. Send this out right quick. Right? What is the taco trade H? So send this out right quick, you hear me? Send this out right quick. All right. Jeremy, I know that's your name, bro. Come on, don't do me that, bro. All right, so let's go. Here we go. Let's get into it. So Japan has had low interest rates 20, 30 years, right? And so because they had the low interest rate, what other countries was doing was they were going borrow money from Japan at 0 interest rates or low interest rates, sometimes even negative, and they would take that money and go invest it in the U.S., right? Now, we all understand that the U.S. financial markets are the best markets in the world, right? We all understand that, right? We all understand. We had this conversation before. Right, we understand that. Let me just do it like this so we can see it better. Right, so we'll go Japan, and then we'll go 0%, and then we'll go US, we'll go, whatever, higher percent, whatever. Right? So what's be happening is, in the street, we understand this. I'm going to put it in the street terms, and I'm going to put it in this term. So in the street, what you'll do is you'll do what's called wholesale, right? So what you'll do is you'll buy something from the low over here. Like for me, I'll go downtown. I'll go uptown and get something that they got for the low. And because it got a different price downtown, I'll go downtown and sell it high. And then the profit, once I offset what I bought it from, it's called the carry. Does that make sense? Let's say I get it for the low uptown for $3, right? I'm gonna use another number that I really like. Don't fault me for this. I get it uptown for $250, but I can go sell it downtown for $750, right? But then what I'll do is I'll take the difference off that, which is $200, and the $500 is the carry. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's the carry, right? That's the carry. So that's why it's called the carry trade, because you get it from Japan, you borrow money from Japan at 0% interest, which means it's sweet. I can go get money over here for 0% interest. Now watch this, because this is gonna be interesting. So all my Forex people, this is why I'm gonna bring y'all in the loop. So now, you take the Japan currency, which is the yen, at 0% interest. Now, mind you, watch this. 155 yen equal $1 American. All right? So 155 yen equal $1 US. We got this? USD. We trapping or we trapping? All right? So what happens is, now, if I get, watch this, 155 billion yen, right? That equals to 1 billion USD. Now, mind you, I got to get this money from Japan with 0% interest, right? So then I can take this $1 billion, and I gotta convert it. So what I do then is I bring it to the Forex market. Why? Because that's the currency exchange market, foreign exchange market. I bring it to the Forex market, and I get to trade it like as. That's why the Forex market is so crazy. That's why so much money run through that Forex market. So watch this. I get to trade that money in the Forex market. Now, the 155 billion yen is now $1 billion. I get to trade it in the Forex market and then take it out for USD. And then I can pay Japan back the 155, and all the profit is the carry. Yo, with me right now? We trapping? Now, all that's fine and dandy until Japan inflation kicks in. So now when inflation kicks in, I can no longer get this money for 0% interest. Now, this money is not attractive to me no more, because now the interest on this is equivalent to interest that I would pay in other places. The issue with this is Japan's whole economy was built on banks, schools, everything was built on 0% or negative interest. So everybody was coming over there, getting money from Japan, converting it to other currencies, and then saying, hey, here go your money back. Let me do this. And that's how Japan was getting the influx. And then what Japan was doing was taking that money and then buying U.S. bonds with it, because the U.S. dollar was worth so much. Oh, man. So then Japan was saying, okay, America, since you paid me the 155 billion yen back, I'm going to take that 155 billion yen and I'm going to buy U.S. bonds with it. And because your dollar is strong, the interest you're going to pay me going to be in USD. Do we see what's going on right here? Do we see what's going on right here? Do we see what's going on right here? So America is going by let's say America spent $1 billion to get 155 billion yen. America go borrow 155 billion yen. They put that yen into the Forex market. They trade that yen in the Forex market, cash it out for cash, and then give Japan back the 155 billion. But now America takes that cash, distribute it how they want. But when Japan get the 155 billion, they say, bet, I understand the game. I'm going to take the 155 billion and go buy $1 billion worth of U.S. bonds. And you're going to pay me in U.S. debt. That interest you're going to pay me going to be in USD. So that USD is stronger than mine. So now we sitting on USD. That's why Japan owns more US debt than China. Japan owns the most debt. So we paying them interest in USD. And we funding their economy with our strong dollar. The problem with all this is now Japan no longer has 0% interest. Inflation has now kicked in. And so because inflation has kicked in, what happens now? People say, hey, I don't want my money in that Japan. I don't want that Japan money no more. I don't want the yen no more. So what happens now is everybody now starts to do what? Cash out of the American money too. Why? Because they can't use that money to do what? Buy the assets because they was loaned in the Japanese money. Are we making sense here? So because it was loaned in the Japanese money and the interest rates go up, the money that I've loaned from you in Japanese money, now I'm losing money. Because if I borrowed it you at 0% interest and now you got 1, 2, or 3% interest, I got to get rid of that because I'm losing money. And I got to go take my U.S. money to try to pay that off so I don't lose money. So now what happens is that now affects the American economy. Why? Because we so wrapped up in loaning money from them. And now what happens is our dollar get weak. What happens when our dollar get weak? So now it takes more of our money to buy products. And so now our dollar don't get attractive. Oh. So we go a little further, now we understand this. If Japan said, hey, if our inflation going up and the carry trade not going no more, we can't buy U.S. bonds no more. And outside of our own Federal Reserve and Warren Buffett, Japan, not China, is the biggest buyer of U.S. debt. Why? Because everybody was, y'all saw the circle. Well, now when Japan said we can't buy bonds, America need them to buy bonds so we could do what? Finance our debt. If Japan start buying bonds and we can't finance our debt, then our debt can do what? Default. And if we default on the debt, we ain't gonna never hit it into Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio gonna cook us. I told y'all. And then we're gonna have to deal with China. Because if Japan starts saying, hey, bruh, let me get that bread. I need it. Watch this. Let me make that make more sense to you. Somebody can owe you money, and while you up and doing your thing, you ain't really tripping. But when it really get hard, you be like, hey, bro, don't you owe me $100? Man, let me get that money out you, dog. Japan can do that. Now, they probably can't get it all. They can say, hey, I got 800 billion over there. Hey, let me get 100. Let me get 100 billion out you, dog. I need that. Because that 100 billion gonna turn into, that 50 billion gonna turn into, and they gonna need that to do what? Fund their economy. But guess what? They gonna lose too, because if our bond markets keep increasing, then what they got already from them selling now makes their money lose more money. Come on. Well, how, Trap? Well, if Japan starts selling U.S. bonds, that means the bonds now get what? Less attractive. So they got to do what? Increase what? The rate on the bond. If they keep increasing the rate on the bond, then the people who bought the bond right here, they lose money. So the more you sell, the more you devalue what you had. So they become in a tight place like, hey, I can't get the whole 8. So watch this. Here's the crazy part about this all. Imagine somebody owing you money, but you can't get all of it because if you get it, you actually lose money. Imagine that. Imagine somebody, just imagine, as an American, we never gonna talk about that. Imagine I owe you $1 million, but you can't really get the whole $1 million from me because if you get the whole $1 million, it probably gonna be worth $500,000. If you try to get the whole thing. So it really look good on paper. So you rather me not default so I can pay you the interest than you collect the whole thing. Oh my God. So are we understanding why this carry trade? I told this to my patron. I said, hey, we really got to pay attention to this because this is the thing that is going to be important right here. And this is why the bond market is the heart and soul of America and the stock market is just the makeup that it will. Because if the bond market ain't selling, then none of it ain't good. Which is why the other day, you saw when the bond market was bad, when that auction was bad, you saw the market go down. It's like they threw a party and ain't nobody show up. Surprise! Nobody there. Nobody there. Nobody there. So that is why, and it's not just America. I'm going to make it even make more sense to you. Remember for the 2008 financial crisis, right? What happened? A bunch of people had houses they couldn't afford, right? But what happened? Everybody kept playing hot potato until the last person that got the potato said, hey, I need my money. And guess what they realized? Hey, nobody can't pay the money. They called them, if you watch the movie, they called them toxic assets. That's what they call them if you watch the movie. Toxic assets. And so when you realize nobody can't pay the money, the economy collapsed. People lost houses, people lost jobs, it got bad for a minute. It wasn't because of the stock market, y'all. It's because of a thing called, watch this. Watch what I'm about to show y'all. Look this up. Mortgage-backed securities. That's bonds that's wrapped up in mortgages, and they keep piling them and piling them and piling them, and they keep regrading them from an AA to a BB to an AA to an A1. This is the grade of the bond. If it's an A, it's good. If it's a B, if it's a C or lower, I don't want it. So what they kept doing was regrading the bond. George give it to me. I know it ain't shit, but in order for me to get my bread, I'm going to write AA. I'm going to pass it to Cam. Cam get it. He want his bread, so it's an AA, so he pass it to Ashan. Ashan get it. He look at it. He know it ain't shit, but he need his money, so he pass it to Jose. Jose get it. He know it ain't shit, so he pass it to Bernard. Now Bernard like, hey, bro, I need some, hey, let me get my interest return. And everybody say, hey, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. So all the banks sit down like, hey, Bernard, hey, George, hey, how we going to help him out? Man, I ain't getting George I ain't getting Bernard no money for that. I got my bread already. And all the banks sat at the table and knew that it was no good, and now they realize, hey, now the deficit high, and now guess what, Bernard, you gotta crash. And that's why we see Lehman Brothers go down the drain. Why you see Lehman Brothers go down the drain? And so now we in the same situation. Not only is the U.S. deficit high, now they saying that this big beautiful bill is going to add about $5 trillion to the U.S. debt. Now, we already $36 trillion in debt. Now, imagine being $41 trillion in debt, and we need Japan not to default on their market. And here's what we know. If you run your whole country on low interest rates, at some point, what had to happen? Inflation kicks in, and you got to stabilize inflation. That's the thing about something like this, y'all. So what I want us to just understand is we gotta watch that bond. I preach that in Trappers Anonymous, and I preach it in the Patreon. Well, let's watch that bond market. Anytime that 10-year gets about 4 or 5, you're gonna be like, hey, you're gonna see it's gonna flash. Anytime the 10-year is down, so you get up in the morning, the first thing you need to do, first, futures, yep, see what the futures doing. Next, what the bond market doing? What the bond market doing? You want to see their arrow red on the bond market, not green. Mean green, that mean the 10-year going up. You see that 10-year on 10.5, start watching. Hey, man, is that 10.5? Oh, crap. Let me just prepare. Which is why now you need the Fed, so that's why the Fed come in. So if the Fed can cut rates, that'll bring the bond what? Bring it down. But if you don't cut rates, I mean the bond market gonna inch up slowly. All right, y'all. Hope y'all got that just now. Let's go back to our seat, man. Good job, good job, good job, good job, good job. George, give me some of them things, bro. Some pistachios, bro. Good job, man. Good job. I hope we cooked on that, Jose. How you feel about that, Jose?
That was good, even though I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off in here. But nah, well, you was cooking. You was cooking. And then, of course, the trappers, they like, yeah, nah, we good. They really like that one. One thing about this, I say, though, my dog be really in this. You know what I'm saying? It's so much bigger than stocks. You can tell my dog be really, really in it. You know, I like that.
Nah, bro, I love this. I love this game, bro. I love this game, bro. And I love it at a high level. If you don't pay attention to that at a high level, bro, like you'll never know what's making. You gotta understand what are the things that trigger the market. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't understand what's triggering the market, you don't understand how to maneuver in the market. You don't understand, hey, let me back up a little bit. Let me, is that 4-5? Hey, let me play the downside right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Is that 4-5? Let me ease up. Let me not be crazy aggressive right now. Is that 4-6? I understand why it's going down. I remember telling the Trap, I say, hey, Trap, I remember last year I said, hey, if we don't get this thing under 4-5, we're gonna bleed. We're gonna bleed. So, you know, it don't just be about me talking about stocks. Like, I be wanting us to learn, like, what the hell going on, bro? Yeah. Because if we can learn what's going on, we can learn how to maneuver in the game and all the obstacles and the hurdles and the adversity that's in front of us that's designed for us not to understand.
That's good.
And the more we understand the game, the better we get at playing the game. All right, let's go a little further, man. Oh, man. Hey, bro. Let me snatch right. Somebody say, bro, he just broke down a carry trade for dummies.
Right.
I don't even think CNBC could have broke it down like that, bro. Come on, bro.
Nah, and you had the passion with it.
Come on, bro.
The passion was different.
Come on, bro. All right, so watch this. So we saw Elon Musk on TV the other day with the black eye. First of all, we was on a live, and I love the way he stopped your boy when he asked me that question about Washington Post or something. He said, hey, the same Washington Post that might be about to lose their Pulitzer Prize. Hey, next question. I said, ooh. But Elon said, in November of next year, we should fire all the politicians who betrayed the American people, specifically talking about the Republicans. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it. And this is what he put on Twitter or on X. I'm sorry, I just can't stand it anymore. The massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on all those who voted for it. You know you did wrong, and you know it. It will massively increase the already gigantic deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden Americans sitting with a crushingly unsustainable debt. Let's just sit on that.
Felt like he meant that. Felt like he meant that. Said it with his chest.
Listen to me. And then, dang, I should have showed Steve this. So they had the video up, and the lady who be doing all the talking for Trump, they asked her about it, and she said, the president knows how Elon feels about this, and, we don't really got nothing to say about it. Here's what I got to say about this. Elon hit him for the win-win. He hit him for the win-win. He played chess. First thing he did was what's a couple $1 billion to get a certain person in when you're the richest man in the world? What's a couple $1 billion? So let's just think about some of the things he did. First, he got into the government as a special government employee. A man who was a mad scientist got into the government as a special government agent. He got to see all our data. He got to see all our data. He got to see the inner workings of the government. He know who is running the government. He know all the weak links to the government. He knew where all the money at. He seen it all. Because we gave him access to it.
Where the bodies is buried.
He know where everything at. We gave him access to it. For 100 and something days, just enough for him not to be what? Enough for them not to go in, because as an employee, you got to open the book. So just long enough for him not to have to open his books, which is understandable. The next thing he did, he got free publicity on a White House lawn. On a White House lawn.
Hey, now that you say that, this is a win-win-win.
And I got the president to say he getting a Tesla. This is the greatest car in America. That's what kept the stock running. I got the president, while people was telling me get out of the Oval Office and all that, I got the president to stand and vouch for me and vouch for my brand and actually come up with a Tesla where they was putting people in jail who was doing it. And then days after he get out the office, he says, in November of next year, he was talking about Republicans. We need to fire all politicians who betray the American people. Talking about the big, beautiful bill. This is what he's talking about. I'm sorry, I just can't stand it anymore, which means, remember they had the report that said Elon Musk and some of Trump officials was having a shouting match in the White House. Listen to me. I want you to hear me well. Without the backing and the publicity that he was getting from the White House, Tesla stock would be $100 and something. Remember, when the stock fell hard after the first, what they did? They pulled him up to the what? They pulled him up to the White House, a Cybertruck and a Tesla, back to back. Look what he says. It will massively increase the already gigantic deficit. So watch this. It puts Trump in a weird situation. You can't now talk bad about Tesla because you just vouched for it.
He playing chess.
You can't say because you just vouched for it.
Please.
So now you gotta just, you can't stop. And he the richest man in the world. Checkmate, dog. Checkmate, dog.
And he's probably been sitting on it the whole time. This was the plan.
Checkmate, dog. Bro, when them reports came out that Tesla was losing stuff in Europe, losing stuff in everything, that earnings report came out, bro, that stock tanked. That boy pull him up to the White House. Stock did that. Had bad numbers for earnings. Done. Checkmate, my guy.
Bazinga. That's crazy.
Checkmate. And now, guess what he do? I'm back full time working on Tesla. I just need you to carry me through that tough time. And then I'm gonna tell the world how trash this bill is that you create. I could be wrong, but boy, that's tough. Let's go a little further, man. Our tariff solutions. So the U.S. Treasury raked in a record $22.3 billion in tariff revenue during May, marking the single largest month take since the new duty regime began. The leap compares with $16.5 billion in April and just $8.5 billion in March, revealing a rapid month-to-month escalation in customs receipts. Analysts say the spike reflects steeper duties on imports from China, Europe, and other parties. Year-to-date collections hover over $70 billion. $70 billion in tariffs collected. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. My thing is what happens to the bread, though. We 36 trillion in debt, partner. We 36 trillion in debt, partner. How does that play out? Now, we know that some other tariffs supposed to be taking place. I saw a thing on the news the other day said the Trump administration is telling other countries, come with your best deal. You know what I think, bro? And I could be wrong. I don't think Trump probably took into accountability that other countries probably was ready for him this time. Even when I look at how the dude from Europe responded, they understand how China, I think last time he was in office, China kind of would have responded a little quicker, but this time they were like, man, we'll start him out. And I'm not saying he not winning because you still bring in $70 billion in tariffs and cash to the country. But I just think that, I think some countries might be willing to say, because remember they said they had 18 deals on the table. And so far all we got was one deal. Now, of course, they're saying these deals take time to come through and these deals take time to, and I understand that. But I just think that, China and some of these other countries, I think they were just stall him out. And see what he do. And now I will say I don't think that the American media should come up with the Trump always chickens out thing. I don't think they should have came up with the taco trade. I think that's bad because I think you put somebody in position to do something they don't really want to do. Because when you say stuff like that, what do you want them to do now? All right? So I don't know, man. Let's go to 1-800 Trapper Hotline.
What's up, Jose? Trap, appreciate you for taking my question. As a new trapper, 2 days in, I was just wondering, I've been watching videos and the podcast. I've been following Trappin' Tuesdays, and I feel like I'm ready. I'm sorry I didn't jump in back in April. I'm still kicking myself in the butt for that, but I feel like now I'm fed up with it. So I got some money to invest, a little under 1,000. What should I do? Should I go ahead and jump in and take the knowledge that I've been getting from the Patreon, or should I study a little more and then make my move? Appreciate you, Trap. Love everything you're doing, man. You really motivated me to change my position.
Salute, King. Man, I appreciate you for tapping in. Let me get a little drink right quick. I think there's always an opportunity to get in the market. First thing I'll say is, don't be mad that you missed out on April, right? Because the market always provides us with opportunities, especially if we're patient enough to not be forced to make a play that we don't see clearly, right? I think the only downfall about the Patreon is, depending on when you come in, like, you'll see us killing it, but you ain't see us struggle to get here. And so because you ain't see us killing it, you don't understand the celebration, right? And so the next thing I would say is, until you get into play, I would keep stacking, right? Like, as long as you're not in the play, you also not losing money, which means you also could be stacking money and building your war chest up. That way, if you build your war chest up, what you can do is now you can say, hey, I'm gonna get into play, and now I ain't got my all in one play. You know what I'm saying? So what I would do is, I would keep stacking until the opportunity presents itself. And then when the opportunity presents itself, the next thing I do is say, yep, this is the play for me. Because here's the crazy part about it, and I'm just being honest with you, even though I go at every play the same, I lock in on every play the same, I don't decide what the winners and losers are. The market does. Right? I go at every play the same, with the same mindset, with the same ideas, with the same numbers, with the same, hey, this is the system, this is the form that I'm using. I go into every play the same way. I don't decide who the winners and losers are. But what I will say is if you stack and if you pay attention, if you get an understanding of what's going on, if you build what's going on, if you build in your wing. But I will also say, be cool with building your buy and hold up. Like, you don't got to necessarily jump in the options market. Build your buy and hold up, right? Find some companies in there that you can also put in there. We do a lottery pick 2 times a week in there, right? So you can be building that buy and hold up as well before you trade. That's always my advice. Build that buy and hold up, because the trading, hey, shout out to Ash, man. I ain't seen my girl drop that, right? Because the buy and hold is how you build the money while you waiting for a trade. And then when you trade, you have active money to trade. So I say, man, build your buy and hold up as well. Like, make that $1,000 work for you. Don't feel like I'm missing out because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that fear of missing out is so crazy, because it'll make you make a play that you don't want to make, or to make you make a play that you don't need to make, right? Like, just chill, wait, you'll see when the opportunity presents itself. So that's what I got to say on that, man. I appreciate you, King, for tapping in. Yeah.
Appreciate you taking my question. Trap, my question for you is, since you a certified day trader, my bad, since you a certified chart reader now, do you look at your old plays differently? How we took, like some of the plays we took losses on last year? Like, have you reviewed some of those plays and you look at why you took the loss totally different now from when you took that loss last year? How you look at it now, is it totally different? And if you had reviewed those plays, are you able to review one of those plays on the show and be like, hey, this is where we entered. Maybe this is where I should have got in. This is where we should have exited. You know, just from the supply and demand, from key levels, stuff like that. Appreciate y'all taking my question.
It's good, bro. I appreciate you been rocking with us for a long time. The formula is still the same, honestly. We just doing some shorter plays right now because the market's a little choppy. The goal for me is not to play the market two ways. Play the long ones and then play the shorter ones too. I'm definitely not a certified chart reader though. I still got a long way to go in that. I will say that I'm getting really good at it, but that's because when I'm not in here, I'm freaking living in it, you know, till my head hurts sometimes. But I will say the only thing that really caught us, for me personally, the only thing, because we started the year all striking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was up I was up $799,000, man, going into that. We were striking. I think the only thing, it just happened so fast in all of us. It just happened so fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened so freaking fast, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just called me overextended. You know what I'm saying? It just called me overextended. I've always said I'm overextended. I always say that, like, yo, because of the Patreon, I'm freaking overextended. You know what I'm saying? I think now I just, sometimes you get punched in the face and be like, all right, like, what I'm doing now, like, all right, I'm realizing what market we in right now. Like, I don't see no certainty. Hey, let me take, instead of trying to make every play, a banger like we was doing before, hey, we see 30, 40, 50%. Hey, let's take some profit right here. And I think it's more so just adjusting to the environment than trying to change your whole philosophy. When we get back in that environment, then I'm gonna stretch it out, and then I'm gonna play some shorter ones as well. Still gonna buy that, but we just not in that. They're not in that market right now, so it's making me adjust. And it's kind of like, think about it as a fight, right? Think about it like Floyd Mayweather getting in the ring, right? And you have one style that you going on with, one style that you practice for, that you perfect, and then you fight this person. You're like, hey, I gotta adjust on the fly because they fight in a totally different way than I trained. You know what I'm saying? And so it's saying, okay. And because I'm still was familiar with it, it's not like I'm learning a brand new language. So I still did a little bit of it. So like certain things like support and resistance was already in my tool bag. So, it's learning some things that's adding to the belt. My only thing was, I think that I was just overextended, and he just, I'm from New Orleans, so I'm gonna say this, and this ain't no weird shit. It just caught with my drawers down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And again, it happened so fast, you ain't had time to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And then it just didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? So you like, damn, like shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you see him being erratic. Like, he's not having then you see Peter Navarro and you see Howard Luskin. He's just like, oh, they just driving the media down. And that's driving the market down. So you just, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's it. And so we made the adjustment. We made the adjustment fast. And that's why I ain't really even mad at it. Like, it make you adjust fast, and then you say, bet, this how we playing the game. So shit, we get back in that mode. Them plays definitely going back out long, and then we gonna play long, short, and short. You know what I'm saying? Long plays, shorter plays, and reverse. You know what I'm saying? So now we just playing the market from all three different ways, man. So, yep. That's it, man. That's it, man. Salute to the king, though, man. I appreciate you, brother. You've been rocking for a while. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, Trap, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? It's John L. Rashad, hailing from Virginia Beach, man. Thank you, Jose, for taking my call. My question to you is this. The only stock that I'm trading right now is AVGO. And currently, its 52-week high, or its all-time high, was 251.88. And my question is, now granted, it's a little higher than that now. It's like 256, 257, something like that. But my question to you is, when charting, what is the best way to navigate a stock that is at its 52-week high or at its all-time high? I went to go through the history, and after the stock split, it split at like 3,100. I want to say 10-1. But when it goes on the chart, it doesn't show that it was ever that high. What would be the best way to navigate a stock at its 52-week high or an all-time high when you're doing your charts and you want to make an option play on it? And Jose, don't be mad at me, but like back in episode 124-ish, I was the one that told Trap that you should flush you in the chat because you said something and it was crazy. But whatever. And no, I do work for Mako, but I do not own Driven Brands because Driven Brands stock is a flush. We trapping. I see y'all this evening. Salute.
My dog said he originated the Jose flush.
He said he originated
He
the
basically said, yo, and he named the episode. I just want you to know I was the one. I was like, nah, Trap did that.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Day. He was like,
we'll
man,
flush
that was me.
Jose on GT though. So for the most part, when I see a stock, so first of all, salute to the OG, man. We're at episode 146. He said he's been rocking for a while, so definitely like salute you for rocking with us, OG. We appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? And second of all, bro, like, I love that energy. You know what I'm saying? What I would say, if a stock at its 52-week high, we already knew it's going to fall back. I think one of the things will be really good for you, and I did it today with CrowdStrike. I told Sean this. I said, hey, Sean, I went from swing low to swing high with the fib, and I said, hey, if it falls right in here, this is an easy retracement for us right here. So I think one of the best things to do is if you see a stock at its 52-week high, go look at that, go put that fib up, go from swing low to swing high, see if it's hitting that 68.50 area, 68.50, 38. You want to see it drop below that 38 area, that 0.38 area. If it can fall in that 50 to 68 area, sweet for it to, that's a sweet retracement for you. But you want to get confirmation from the next, if it's in that area, you want to just get confirmation from the next candle to see if it's going to run up for you. So you kind of expect that. We look at CrowdStrike right now. If you go look at it right now from swing low to high, if you go look at it, it's right in that area where I think I was showing Sean right before it came in. Before we thought, I was like, oh, it's right. I said, Sean, if they hit this, it's game time. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. So that would be the best way to trade, especially if you got a stock that's in an uptrend, that's not in the, like it's not coming from a downtrend, so you don't got to go swing high to swing low. Because it's in such an uptrend, you go look at what was that low point, and you go from swing low to swing high. You throw that fib on it, it'll definitely help you out. It definitely help you out a lot, man. So that's what I gotta say to you, OG. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that's it, bro. Good shit. All right, what we got?
Yo, thank you so much. What's up, bro? Man, this is Jose. This my man. We went to the same high school together and everything, man. So Prince George's County stand up. Every time y'all try to flush my man Jose, I unflush Jose because he from Prince George's County. He don't always be, but you know what I'm saying? We from PG, so what you expect? We do it big. So here's my question. Shout out to you too, Trap, man. I really appreciate you, brother, for all the knowledge you be dropping, man. You really helped change the trajectory of, things that I had going on. So this is my question. I'm in the PANW play. I jumped in on that play, and right now I'm up 20%. So I'm wondering, all right, even though it hasn't hit the strike price yet, if I hit my number, which I'm cool with 20% right now, just starting out, if I sell below the strike price in the option, do I lose money? Like, is that a loss, even though I'm up 20%? Because I seen the joint yesterday. I was like, well, I might as well just go ahead and cash out because I don't know what's going to happen in this climate. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my question. Shout out to you, Jose. Appreciate you, brother.
So, flush you, my dog. Flush you.
He said he unflushed me. That's crazy.
We don't got no unflushed.
You got
my
the
dog
plunger.
came in and said, "Is that Jose? Jose I went to school with."
Yeah, we graduated in 99. Oh.
My dog said, "Is that Jose? Jose, I went to school with."
Man, I had to
what do you expect? We from
bleep
CTOTW?
out everybody this week except my first dude. I forgot him. Who said my name first? What y'all trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Censorship up this joint.
And then my dog say, every time you flush my unflush, like, yo, how you? He got a plunger. He got the plunger.
Right, got the plunger.
He got
the snake.
He said he unflushed. Oh man, I love it. So first of all, man, salute to you, fam, for rocking out. So here's the thing. Your options contracts can start getting in the money before you hit your strike price. Right? They can get in the money before they hit your strike price. So if you sell before it hits the strike price, you do not lose no money. Right? You do not lose no money. You good. I told my people this weekend something on the phone, on a call. I said, I think that you can get, about 30 something, because that happened so fast with that PA and W play. We put that in Friday. You know what I'm saying? So shout out. Hey, we've been sniping. You hear me? We've been sniping them. But what I will say is, let it run a little longer. Right? You got a 30. If you got 20, get 30. You know what I'm saying? I still say we in that 30% range, 30 to 50% range. I think I don't think you gotta sell that 20%. Right? I think that's that see profit, take profit mentality. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't like that mentality because that's a scarcity mindset. Right? But I think you can go a little further, 30% based on this economy. Based on this environment. I think you get 30% out of it and you good. So you don't have to get to your strike price to see profit. You start seeing profit at an earlier rate than that. As soon as it start working the way it's supposed to go, you start seeing profit. So salute to man, and salute to you for being in the PNW play, man. That was a sweet play. We waited for that precisely, right? So I like that. So salute, but I'm gonna flush you again for saying it twice.
My dog busy today, unflushing.
Flush. He got the plunger. Mario and Luigi. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so undressing tech, man. Is she still attractive? So watch this, y'all. Tech stocks saw the biggest outflows for the third week, close to a record underweight by active funds. Clients bought stocks in 6 sectors led by financials, discretionary, and industrials. Somebody asked me something the other day and they said, Trap, like outside of tech, where do you see the market going? I said, bro, financials and industrials. That was on a call. I said financials, consumer staples, and industrials, bro. And that's it, bro. Because as long as they don't have when they see, watch this. This how you know we in a different. This how you know the market has gained a little confidence. We saw 3 IPOs. We saw 3 IPOs take place. That's a clear sign that they found some confidence in the market. Companies don't IPO in horrible markets. They don't. Why? Because it's hard to get the bread. Your stock immediately gonna fall. So the market gotta have some type of footing for companies to IPO. The market has to have some type of footing. Somebody say, I don't think it's scarcity mindset. That's cool. I mean, we all got different approaches to the market. I ain't mad at that. For us, I do. I think it is. You know what I'm saying? I think if you spend, we're not day trading. So, and even with day trading, there's rules you got to follow. And you got to ask yourself, what are the rules that you following? Right? You won't find an experienced trader that says, see profit, take profit. because they go into the trade with a plan. And the plan is, what am I expecting this trade to do? What am I going to get out of this trade? Where will I take profit at? What do I do if this trade goes against me? Every good trader that I know, that's the mindset. So in my perspective, if you go see profit, take profit, that means, one, you are not sure about the trade, or you're uncertain of your rules, or you're just gambling, right? But no trader that I know that has rules will ever say, see profit, take profit. No trader that I know, whether you day trading, swing trading, anybody, they're gonna have rules. They're gonna wait for, hey, this candle confirm what I see, this supply demand zone confirm what I see, this pattern has set up for what I see. Every trader I know gonna do that. Everyone, you're not confident in what you're seeing, which is why you say see profit, take profit. Because you're not confident in what you're seeing. You haven't let the trade confirm. You haven't got confirmation from the trade. You haven't let the pattern show up. You letting the market and the news dictate why you see profit, take profit. You getting 1-to-1 every time. If you go see profit, take profit, you getting a 1-to-1 trade every time or less. That's what see profit, take profit mean. See profit, take profit mean, as soon as I see a little profit in it, I'm taking it. No matter what it is. That means you don't got, what's your trade thesis? What's your trade thesis? What made you get there? And when you got there, what are you saying? Hey, I see this can hit this based on, like I said, hey, like I was looking at a play. I said, hey, I see these three white soldiers. I was telling Sean this. Hey, I see these 3 white soldiers. Based on these 3 white soldiers, son, this next candle, I should get in this trade because it's literally, that's why we got in, was it PNW? I forgot what it was. I was like, yo, you see these 3 white soldiers? I can't think of what play we got in the Patreon. It's because we saw the 3 white soldiers. I said, oh, the 3 white soldiers is 100% a bullish pattern, right? So, boom, let's see what the next candle is. Oh, we getting into it. We saw it decreasing. Me and Sean was looking at a trade today, and I said, hey, Sean, you see, we was looking at, we be looking at so many on here, but we saw the pattern go, and then we saw the doji candles coming up. Then we saw that gravestone. I said, hey, Sean, this trade is getting a little exhausted right here, bro. You see this gravestone doji? I said, it's getting a little exhausted. Let's just see what it do. Why am I saying that? Right, because I don't got it. 1, I can be patient to get in the trade. 2, I don't got to get out the trade soon as the trade makes some money. I'm not trying to get 1-to-1s. You won't get I'm 1, most people say 1-to-2. I want that thing to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's just me. I'm not saying you wrong. See profit, take profit could 100% be a strategy. I'm not mad at it. We all gonna have different perspective. Guess what? If you making money in the market, that's always my thing, because that ain't easy at all. You know what I'm saying? If you making money in the market, my hat gonna go to you, because I know how hard it is. So salute to you for that. Let's go a little further, Jose. All hail King, man. NVIDIA claims the crown as the world's most valuable company. It has now taken Microsoft. It took Apple. Yo, hey, NVIDIA, hey, I promise you. Ginseng. Come on, boy. Hey, they been had, hey, y'all call me Black Hat Trap. Black Jacket Gin.
He be on brand.
Black Jacket Gin. You know what I'm talking about? So definitely, man. So NVIDIA back at the throne, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, but it can hit that 153, cuz. It can hit that 153, cuz. It can hit that 153, cuz. Especially, no, I will say this. The semiconductor industry is in dire need of an America-China deal. they get access to them again, it's game time. If anybody need it, they need it. They can't thrive without having access to China. They're gonna be good, but what China is doing, they need that. So shout out to NVIDIA, man. Like, we ain't mad at it. We ain't mad at it. Let's go a little further, man. All right. Jacob's taking taxes another level. Joby Aviation shares pop as electronic air taxi closes on a $250 million Toyota investment. The payment is part of a previously announcement deal from the car maker to invest $500 million in the company to support certification and commercial production of its electric air taxis. This the world we going to. My question is, I ain't getting in that shit.
that was my question. They gotta get the bugs out for me. Give me another 5 to 10 before.
No, I'm not getting in that. I'm not mad at traffic that much where I gotta get in a flying car.
And a little multi-copter taxi.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at traffic that much. I'm not in that of a hurry. So watch this, if you get air taxis, you then gotta have air police.
And that's what I'm saying, like, who's involved in that?
How do you run a red light in the air? What's the rules up there?
Where you land?
What's the rules up there, Jose?
Right.
You know how long they work to put rules on the ground?
Yeah. What's the speed limit?
Bro, yellow light means slow down. People speed up.
Definitely out in Atlanta. I don't know what they're gonna do. This crazy.
What are the traffic rules in the air? Now you gotta hire traffic air police.
What if you catch a flat in one of your propellers? I'm just saying.
Flush those in, man.
Watch.
How you gonna catch a flat in the propeller?
Not a flat, but it just go down. One of the propellers engines go down. What you gonna do? Bruh, that's gonna be crazy. They're gonna be on IG Live or TikTok Live.
Oh my God. They say a flat in the propeller. Man, flush those in. Bro, why you came up with that? That was on the fly too.
Oh yeah, it just.
A dog said, what happens if you
George
catch a
said
flat
PG County.
propeller? A flat propeller.
Oh.
That's gangster.
But no, I get in that joint about 10 years.
No, I'm not getting it up. I'm straight, dog. I'm straight, dog.
That's a mark my word.
Nah, man, I'm straight. I'm straight, dog. I'm not mad at traffic that bad. And bro, what's the rules? Who can drive it? So you got an Uber taxi now. So now you got, I got a brand new, who's driving it?
How old you gotta be?
Now you got AI driving it?
Do you gotta get a
driving
learner?
on the ground. What happens if the robot malfunctions in the air? Yeah, Bernard ready for the chip. He won't put the chip in our arm. Bernard already.
I'm just thinking, do you gotta get like a learner's permit and then get
What you gotta get? Anybody get flying? Nah, I'm straight.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm straight. Let's go, man. All right, this is dope, man. First, Tulsa's. So, we just hit the, I think it's 100 and something years, man. Tulsa's first black mayor. Salute to that. Shout out to my dog, Tobe. He was out there. Tulsa's first black mayor proposes $100 million trust for Black Wallstreet massacre descendants, man. Let's go into this, man. Let's dig into this.
On my 104th day in office, I signed an executive order recognizing today, June 1st, as Tulsa Race Massacre Observance Day in the city of Tulsa. And on this first day of observance, I'm announcing that my office has been working alongside our legal department on the establishment of the Greenwood Trust, a private charitable trust that will raise and facilitate the investment of $105 million in private funds along our road to repair, restoration, and righteousness. With the descendants of Greenwood victims at the center and our survivors, the trust will invest in affordable housing and home ownership, by raising a $24 million fund of investment that's in alignment with the Beyond the Apology Commission recommendations. We will also invest in cultural and historic preservation by investing $60 million to preserve Greenwood's history through place-based projects, including our investment in surviving entities from the massacre and other cultural landmarks. The Trust will also be involved in economic development and education by establishing a $21 million endowment for educational scholarships, small business grants, no-interest loans, and continuing the work to bring closure to the families of the victims through our commitment to the mass grave investigation.
Man, that's so dope, man. I'm glad that the two queens, I think one of them is 104 and one of them is 106. Imagine, bro, like pleading with these folks, bro. And they keep shutting you down. Black man coming up, man, 104 days in office. He said, hey, we gotta make this right. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Let's salute to that, y'all. Come on, man. What's right is right. So I actually want to do a field trip out there, dog. I know a couple people out there from when I went out there. I still talk to one of the OGs out there. My only thing is like, is what? Yeah, I don't want to be liable, man. I got to find out, we got to get a corporate attorney to figure out what is our liability for these grown-ass adults.
Insurance.
You feel what I'm saying?
Don't need no cases.
Look, Bernard, he looked up.
No cases, no
What
parties.
is my liability for these grown-ass adults that's going to go? Because I think we could do something like, host an event and do like a field trip. So we could tour it and then like do an event one day. Like have a one-day event and then do a tour one day. So we do like a VIP night where we meet up, we do an event one day, and then the last day we do the tour where we go through, or we do a 2-day tour or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I just got to
take a nice little bus out that joint.
I just got to figure out what the liability would be on that, because you get a bunch of black people. It's supposed to be, stuff just start happening.
Just like, yo, we celebrating.
Yeah,
you know?
We celebrating Trapper. Whoa, wait a minute.
Take that shirt off. Do not wear certified Wall Street Trapper
They had
merch.
a bunch of Wall Street look like us now shirts.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
In Tulsa.
Wait a minute.
At the clubs, at the bar.
Wait a minute. It was a Wall Street Trapper. Whoa.
Shorty had hers wrapped up around her stomach.
Yeah, I definitely want to, and I've been wanting to do that for a minute, man. I'm going to do it. You got to be in one of the communities, though. So, yeah, man, that's definitely something I want to do, man. I'm going to call the OG tomorrow, man, and just check on and see how you doing. But this massive, man. $104 million fund. Come on, man. Got to salute to that. Let's go, man. Inside the candles. All right, so let's get to it, man. We know we like to do something real dope, man. So, all right, so this one's not really even hard to explain, actually. So there's two candles you need to, so we'll talk about two candles tonight. We'll talk about engulfing patterns, right? And an engulfing pattern is simply when one candle swallows another one, right? But what's dope about this is you can see the comparison of one candle, this engulfing pattern, to another type of pattern that it can be similar to, right? So these are really strong patterns when you see these too. Like somebody say, boy, I love that candle there. Somebody say, Trap, I love that one there. You feel me? So let's talk about this one. So this one is called a bullish engulfing candle. And so it simply is, so here we see the candle on the side of it is a bearish candle. You see this bearish candle right here. Now, remember, we talk about kind of like confirmation, right? So You see this candle, and the dope part about that candle is where it's positioned at. It's positioned in the middle of the body of that engulfing candle. That's what makes it engulfing, because it's in the middle of that candle, and this candle's high is bigger than this candle's low, well, let me point to it so you can see it. So the beautiful part about this candle is it's literally in the middle of this candle. So this is what makes it engulfing. So that means, if you think about it, like this candle started here and pushed all the way up. Now, some sellers did push it down, which is cool, but the buyers dominated, right? And then it got to a certain price and the buyers pushed it down. Now, the dope part about this is, again, a lot of time we talk about candle communication, and candle communication is important. It's understanding what are the candles saying to you, not just the anatomy. So there's two things you gotta learn about. Dang, this is gonna be so good. Let me write this down, because this is gonna be in my technical calendar. Huh? Yeah, no, this is gonna be in my course. I'm gonna just break it down a little further. But candle communication and the anatomy of a candle. Right, I'm gonna break, but of course, we're gonna put it on YouTube for sure. But I'm thinking about stuff I'm gonna add to the Trappin, the options masterclass. So the candle communication is one thing. So first thing, we look at the anatomy of the candle. The anatomy of the candle is this. This is a bearish candle. So what do we understand? We understand that this candle opened right here and closed right here. But we understand that the sellers pushed it down here, but the buyers pushed it up here. Now, the next thing that happens, so the next candle, whatever chart this is, let's say it's a day chart. I like to look at the 1 day charts. I like to go from 1 week. Also, remember this. We look at, me personally, the monthly chart twice a month. It's the beginning of June. So the first thing you need to do is look at how the May candle ended. That's important, so you get an idea for what May did. Right? The next thing is look at how the candle started. So you can look at it 3 times. First, here's now. You can look at it at the end of every week. That's cool, but preferably the second week and the 4th week. Typically being, because by the second week, it has developed like a baby, right? It has developed halfway. So it's in its whatever trimester. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about the monthly, you say, hey, it's in this trimester, so it's halfway. This baby is halfway born in that second week. The first week you're gonna look at it and say, okay, here's how it's developing. The second week is halfway then. Third week is 3/4 of it. The 4th week it's forming on how it's gonna form. Unless something drastic really happens, you see what's happening, right? So here's the dope part about it. So now when this candle comes on, the communication is that the buyers have now taken over. Communication is the buyers have now taken over. But here's what we're gonna do. The dope part about this is the next candle you need to see has to confirm this. So you want the next candle here to open somewhere between midway or above this. Why? Because if the next candle here opens midway and not below, you know the buyers are still heavy in that play. If it opens above, now we can get into what's called a candle over candle, which is deep confirmation of the seller, the buyers have stepped all the way in. For me, if I see this and then the next candle falls below the middle of the body, I want another candle, because that tells me that the sellers have pushed it down a little bit. They've re-entered the building, and that means they're not going down without a fight. But if it opens midway to this candle, that means the buy is still locked in. So that's important for me. I'm just bringing you into my psychology. Everybody be different. Everybody will look at something different. For me, if I see this setup right here, I'm like, okay, bullish engulfing, Bills done took over. They taking claim to this block right now. So I want to know if this next candle comes here, like below this body, right? If this next candle starts here, below this body, or it comes here, I know for a fact that we got an issue, so I need another candle to confirm to me. That's candle communication right there. Understanding. Yep. Yep, so that's candle communication. So that would be to my person that say see profit, take profit. That's why I'm asking you, what does the candle say to you to tell you, confirm what you're doing? But also this candle is also a replica of what would be a hammer candle. It's almost equivalent to it in a way. Not all the way, but it can be equivalent to it. Why? So let's look at this. The top is the same, meaning buyers pushed it up here. So if you saw this candle, you'll know. And then what you see is the body. So the body of this is at the top of this candle, which is what? Where it closed out at. And at the bottom of here, where it opened. So the body of this hammer took out the opening, the close, and the opening of this. Now, that's going deep into the communication, right? That's candle communication right there, right? Now we talking communication. Y'all with me? All right. And so let's go a little further. And so now we're going to look at this, and we'll see this. It's just the reverse of it. Just the reverse of it. It's just the reverse of it. Same way, you see them reverse it, that this shooting star. Now this, I'm not going to lie to you. Let me say something right quick. Let me say something to you right quick. If you see this here joker pop up at the, now let's go a little further into this. This candle here is all about where it's positioned at on the chart. Another thing we need to look at too is this, y'all. Positioning. That's another part of candle communication. Somebody say, I hate this candle. I feel you, fam. I feel you. So, another thing about candle communication that you're going to learn is not just identifying a candle, but understanding where it's positioned at on the chart, right? So certain candles, you're going to see them, if you see them like at the top of a trend or the bottom of a trend, that means a lot, whereas you seeing it just in the middle of a trend. You feel what I'm saying? Like seeing it at the top of a trend or bottom of a trend immediately represents some type of reversal or something that's taking place. Right? So you want to definitely make sure of that. That steps into your candle communication at a higher level. And we're going to get into that too as we go on the show. It's not that I want to just teach. It's not that I want to teach like just technicals, like I'm just genius. But what I do want to do is, so my goal for doing this is, if you go back to the last couple shows and you start looking at, hey, here's a candle, and you start getting on your maps, on your charts and say, yep, I see that right there. Yep, I see that right there. Yep, if you can just start identifying those things, you can start saying, oh, now you're starting to understand how the market is working. Does that make sense? Somebody said, I hate them long-legged heifers. Y'all crazy. Y'all, huh? Yeah. And so that's basically it. Same thing, man. So if you see this, you see that the sellers was in, and then they did what? Engulfed them. Right? They took them over. And if they took them over completely, you will want to see that next candle outside of that. Not saying this, but that next candle out here, you want to see that candle the same way. You want to see that candle halfway into that body, and you want to see it down. Why? Because that means sellers done stepped in and they done doubled down. If you see that next candle coming in that's above that, I would want another candle to confirm to me what's going on. I think the more you can get confirmation when you are looking at charts, you can get better at making entries, making exits. For me, I'll be honest with you, y'all, like, I don't really be trying to anticipate. I don't try to anticipate. Nope. You don't have to. The biggest tool and the biggest goal, the biggest skill set you can build, shout out to my guy, Ozell, in the Patreon, he always say this, patient man's game. I'm not gonna take credit because he be saying trap, but I'm gonna give him credit because he always said, I've said it 1,000,000 times, but he always said, hey y'all, it's a patient man's game. 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 Right? It's a patient man and woman's game. Right? The reason being, I'm not saying you can't anticipate, but for me, I would rather get confirmation than anticipation. Because what we do know is anticipating means I'm guessing what the next one gonna do. Confirmation means the market has told me what it's about to do. And that sets you up. And what I want everybody to understand before we go tonight, because we're gonna end it on this, like, don't be scared to take an L in this game. No matter how great you are from a technical analysis, no matter how great you are fundamentally, guess what? You can have the best probability set up. This is a goal. It looks perfect. I've been waiting for this. Reversal. You mess around and see a bullish engulfing pattern, and then out of nowhere, you get a tweet or something come out, and a damn a bullish engulfing pattern ate this one up. You know what I'm saying? So like anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So you get good at understanding the candle anatomy. You get good at understanding that candle communication. And that'll definitely put you in position and make better, them liquidity sweeps, that can put you in great position. And at the end of the day, as a trader, what you want to always be, you want to be in the best position possible. That's it. That's all you're going to ask for. Right? It ain't about us trying to catch the very top so we can put puts in. It's not about us trying to catch the very bottom so we can put calls in. It's about saying, how do I be in position based off the communication that I read from these candles? And that's the best you can ask. That's the best you can do. That's the best you can do, yo. And if you do that, and if you consistently do that, you will see more rewards. You will see better trades. You will see better profits. And that's all you want, yo. You want to put yourself in the highest probability to make the best trades you can make based on the information and data that's presented to you. If you can do that, if you can have the resolve and the calm to say, hey, man, this is the play I want. And I'll give you a prime example. When we got in a Palo Alto play, we don't know how it's going to turn out the rest of the day, but somebody said, hey, Trap, what we doing? I say, hold. I say, hold. I said, now. And it did what we wanted it to do. And guess what? Guess what it did? I laid out the play what was going to happen. Guess what? Jamie Dimon got on TV and went to talking about doomsday, and it went straight the other way. It went up, then soon as it went up for like the first hour, then soon as he started talking, it went the other way. And then we was in the trade, then they had an interview later with Trump. It turned back around and did what I thought it was supposed to do. You can't prepare for him talking. You don't know what he's going to say out his mouth. That's why for me, I'm cool with buying myself a little time to give it the opportunity to turn around for me. So, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show, man. I appreciate y'all giving us 3 hours of y'all time tonight, man. I love it. If you learned something from this show, man, definitely tell somebody about it, man. We had 3,700 people in the chat tonight. Salute. I don't never take none of y'all for granted. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Definitely check out the show tomorrow. The Journey to Freedom comes out tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're in a Patreon or you're in Trappers Anonymous, we're going to drop the link in there too. Get your merch. We got our merch, man. Make sure you order your merch. Get it. It's out. If you're in Patreon or Trappers Anonymous, y'all get a discount for sure. Make sure you go to the Wall Street Trapper YouTube page. Let's get to 1 million. Let's get to 1 million. We did a 500,000. Let's get to 1 million, man. Let's get this page up to 250,000. That's where we want to go next, man. Also, Jose, I did something last night. I don't know why I did this, bro. So I started back playing chess, right? Bro, I got 300 and something friends now on Chess with Friends. And listen, I'm playing all they ass.
They want that work.
I'm in it. But I shouldn't accept all them games at one time.
You said those were 10-minute games, right?
No, they were trying to play me the 10. I said, hey, I can't play the 10-minute games. The reason why I can't play the 10-minute games is because I'm playing so many games. I can't lock in on one game for 10 minutes. So now I realize, hey, I gotta pull it back a little bit because I'm playing too many games and I'm making mistakes and I can't give y'all them easy ass wins on me, right? Because now I gotta repost for your beat. You know?
Oh yeah, they gonna tag you.
Oh, and I gotta show up.
Yeah.
I gotta show up, and I can't say, oh man, I moved too fast. Man, I don't hear that shit. You lost. So I gotta take my L on that. So if you want to play me on chess.com, go to my Instagram, and my name is Big Trap 504. You hear me? So if you want to play me, I'm accepting games. I want all the smoke. I ain't running from nobody. And if you just post when I bust that ass. That's all. Say try to bust that ass.
Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. Don't try to not tell nobody and all that, because I'm gonna post it. Yes, sir. I'm gonna post it. So chess.com, Big Trap 504. Let's lock in, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Tell somebody about the show. Bring a friend with you next week to the show, man. Make sure you check out Apple, Spotify, and Google Play. Download it, put it on autoplay, man. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.